the universe. The planes of existence. An ever-expanding light of creation. Everyone knows the stories. Xaos, god of creation, crafted the universe carefully, creating the planes centered around the material plane, home of mortality. He and his gods have since ruled over the land of Dusmundi as the true creators of the universe. At least, that's what everyone on the material plane knows. That's what quite a few people in the Feywild believe, and the Shadowfell. But the further you get from the material plane, the further you get from the center of the universe, the less definitive that story becomes. You come to the elemental plane of water, and they speak of beings older than the gods, beings known as Aboltians, the true creators of the universe, whom the gods overthrew. You make your way even further out, and they speak of progenitors. They speak of primordials. Generation after generation, it's the same story. Someone or something created the universe, created a generation of people with them, created everything around themselves, and then they created something weaker than themselves. And then that something weaker overthrew them, rewrote history, became the creators of the universe, destroyed and rebuilt the planes as they saw fit. Again and again, history has repeated itself. So, when someone asks, who created the universe? What do you say? Do you answer with Xaos, the answer they're expecting to hear? Do you answer with Ozymandias, the lord of the Aboltians? Do you answer with Alaxnu, the progenitor king? Or do you answer with Space, the king of the primordials? The truth is a lot more complicated than that. The truth is, I created the universe. But I don't find myself watching my descendants nearly as often as I used to. Although time came to me with a funny story in the future, in the past. Time has no dominion over me. But they came to me with a funny story, one that I wish to share with you all. A story of two people who travel the planar cosmos. You see, my name is Xaos. And you are my creations, my children, my grandchildren, but yet you know not of my existence, not anymore, not after the primordials were overthrown. No, it has been a long time since anyone has spoken my name in worship. But maybe that might change. For our story begins, this funny story that time oh so kindly told me, at the center of the current generation of the planes. In a little city called Drilla Fortina on the material plane. About 2,000-3,000 years after the plane's creation. The mortals had some funny ideas. Technology to make themselves powerful. To become creators in their own right. I'm always curious to see where the next generation comes from. But I don't think mortals have realized quite yet that the next generation has already moved past them. But that's not what this is about. No. Our story begins in a city known as Drilla Fortina. Within the office of a woman named Dion Wata. A human, I believe is what they call themselves. Who has some power within the mortal hierarchy. I'm not entirely sure how it works. Shall we? Skaaymon, you stand in the office of Dion Wata, Minister of Civil Affairs and Head of Police in the country of Cortana. This plane is bright. It is far too bright. But your investigations have led you this far. About 15 minutes ago, when you first arrived in the room, you noticed that there seemed to be a figure in the rafters. A figure that you have noticed Dion look at multiple times. You realize that they're not a threat, and you're not here to deal with whatever the material plane's problems are. Dion looks at you as she thinks, and responds to your query as she says, "A interdimensional, interplanar thief? I haven't encountered anything of that description." Before she's able to finish her sentence, the police radio on her desk goes off. It went off shortly after you arrived, talking of a robbery in progress. And it's gone off a few more times, and every time she's turned her attention to it, but this time, in particular, something catches your ear. As you hear, "A suspect has run through a portal?" Immediately she grabs the radio, looks at you and says, "Never mind, I think I have heard something about it." As she then goes to speak into the radio, she says, "This is Minister Dion Wata. Can you give me a description of that portal?" To which you hear from the other end of the radio, "It is a gold and white portal. It's closing rapidly. Can we get a wizard in there to hold that open? This is no longer our jurisdiction, but I have someone here whose jurisdiction it is." To which you then hear, "This is Professor Ashvin Coral of the Cape Coral Academy, already on scene." "Thank you." She looks at you. "Well, I think we found your guy."
Yes, maybe this will be over. Where? Please lead the way.
Yes, of course, right this way. She leads you out of the room. Her footsteps echo in the tall skyscraper's lobby, or in the skyscraper's hallway. That's the word. She hurries you to the elevator and hits the first floor as you make your way down to not the lobby, but the parking garage below. She hops into her car, gestures for you to get in next to her, and drives off. Pulling around a corner, after about a 5-minute drive, she pulls to a stop just outside an area taped off by police tape. She gestures for you to get out. As you see, there's this kind of taller elven man standing... there's this taller elven man, white hair, standing about 20 feet away from where she parked, hand outstretched, golden magic curling off his fingers to a large portal. An interplanar portal. One that looks identical to the one that you chased from the Shadowfell to here. Except the border is not green like it was for the material plane, and is instead gold. as he's holding the portal open, you hear him say, "Oh, gods, I hope that that's your guy with the jurisdiction, because this is taking a lot more energy to hold open." As Dion kind of glances at you. Good luck.
Thank you. They're gonna quickly, assess the portal, try and gain where it may be leading, just based on the color. They don't really know much about them.
Roll Arcana.
15.
15. Gold. You've seen a golden portal once before, when your home was visited by an ambassador from the Celestial Realms.
Boy. Alright. Skaaymon will just give a wave off behind them and run through.
You hurry through the portal, and immediately you feel a familiar sensation falling up, as if you're being pulled in every direction. And then your feet touch marble. It is bright, brighter than the material plane. You have to shield your eyes for a moment as they adjust. And it is beautiful. Marble halls, quartz halls rise around you. Beautiful white stone with gold inlets, impossibly perfect, stretch out around you as you stand in some sort of courtyard. What do you do?
Is there anybody around?
You don't see anyone.
Can I hear anything?
No. No, correction. You at first don't think you can, and then you begin to listen, and there's almost this faint music. Almost like a ethereal kind of humming music.
That doesn't help me. Okay, he's just gonna... Are there any, scuffed footprints? Like someone running?
Roll survival.
Crashing into something, maybe. Anything to get a direction.
Roll survival.
Nine.
You look around and see nothing. As you look for any sign of where your quarry may be, you hear a voice speak up. "Excuse me." Turning, you see a dark-skinned, tall, maybe 7-8 foot tall. They almost look human. Long brown hair that's almost perfectly made. Pristine, shimmering, kind of brown skin, and a beautiful white toga with kind of another red fabric hung over one arm. These golden, glowing eyes seem to study you as he says, "Who are you?"
Oh shit. Skaaymon immediately just, kind of drops their eyes and, their form into kind of a stiff sort of unsure bow and just be like, "My apologies, I am Skaaymon. I apologize for the inconveniences this has caused. I didn't know this was... my apologies." They just kind of avert their eyes.
"You are forgiven. I am Zahir, High Asmar of Ligaya. Are you aware that you are in the celestial realms right now?
Yeah, yes, I am. Yes, I am. I was hoping to just not be here for very long as to not intrude. I was very hoping that it would be more in the outskirts. Don't believe that's the case.
No, you found yourself directly within my home. Although...
Okay.
You see, he kind of glances around, and everywhere he looks, you almost see this golden trail that his eyes seem to leave behind on the objects he's looking at. Roll religion.
That'll be a natural one for a 2.
You have no idea what he's doing. As he looks at you and he says, "You're hunting something. No, someone, aren't you?"
A bit of both, yes. I was the person I've been tracking came here through the same portal.
I see. In that case, the last person to come through around this location went off in that direction. He kind of points towards the exit of the building. At least according to the memories of these walls.
Kind of turn back to him and just once again just kind of give like another like very stiff, awkward bow and just be like, "Thank you. Once again I apologize for any inconvenience that this has caused."
Should you require any more assistance with your hunt, I do not live far from where the High Aasimar of Krichara chooses to spend most of her days. I can't promise she would help you, but I can at least promise that she'd hear you out.
I appreciate that. Hopefully the over soon. I was hoping it wouldn't take this long, but I appreciate that.
Good luck on your hunt.
Thank you. I hope he hasn't gone too far. And he's going to, like, once again, for like the third time, give a really quick, like, stiff bow, and then like turn and like speed walk to the door, and then the second they're like outside, they just kind of collect in their surroundings a little bit, and then just start running, trying to track.
Roll survival.
Where? What? Oh my god, 14.
Okay. That's the thing about stories. Sometimes you don't always get all the context right away. Look at Skaaymon run. Searching for his quarry. We don't even know what he's looking for yet. However, we'll learn soon enough. I can promise you that much. Skaaymon, you find the tracks. Footprints that match those that were seen heading into the first portal. Dust of the Shadowfell, dust of your home. You follow. It leads you out into a beautiful marble street, a city atop a mountain. And it leads you up and up and up and up. As you ascend this mountain, Look at him. The higher up he goes, the more power he passes. But he's not interested in any of that, is he? He doesn't care for the fact that he's just passed the high Aasimar of one of the creator gods' homes. He doesn't care for the fact that off about 200 feet to his left is the council chamber of the 7 creator gods. He doesn't care for the power that stands just over there. All he wants is to complete this mission. If only he knew how long this mission would take him. You find yourself at the peak of the mountain. And you see this large, almost altar. An archway at one edge. And standing beneath it, a familiar form. A kind of bluish-skinned tiefling, pointed ears, curled horns, and this kind of mask that, like this veil that kind of floats over their face, obscuring their gray eyes and star-shaped pupils. A single monocle sitting over one eye as Zan turns to you. Oh, shit. Skaaymon?
Zan? You're... Hello? I didn't think you'd be here. Have you... Oh, please tell me I didn't lose them. Okay. Seems just kind of look around to make sure they didn't lose the tracks.
You do see, like, kind of glancing behind you a bit, you do see the last bit of the tracks that you'd seen about 50 feet back. Looks like whoever you were chasing was coming up this way.
You... Turning back to Zen. You wouldn't have happened to see anybody not from here, anyone else not from here, and run by ya, huh?
No, it's...
Why are you here?
I'm...
Actually, no, that's besides the point. I gotta, look for this. Hayden's gonna, like, walk past him, and, like, look around the mountain to see if there's anywhere, or look around this area to see if there's anywhere for whoever they're looking for to hide.
Doesn't look like it. Skaaymon, are you... You haven't given up yet.
No.
A shame. I was hoping you would have.
I mean, I don't know why you would have. That's kind of the whole point of going here, is that I would not have given... You confuse me a lot, actually. I'm not gonna question that. They're just gonna keep looking for...
Skaaymon.
What?
You should just
turn
go
to look
home.
at him. I don't think I can do that.
You're not going to find anything, Skaaymon. Just go home.
I mean, I was pretty close. I followed the guy fairly close from quite a few places, but, you know, landed here. Close to it now. I mean, not ready to fail yet.
Skaaymon, you're not supposed to succeed.
What does that mean?
It means that you are far too stubborn. And I'm going to have to put an end to this myself. As you see him reach below his vest, and he pulls out the idol. places it back below his chest, or below his vest, and grabs his glaive. Roll initiative.
You fucking kidding me? You know what? They just kind of look at them for a minute and go, "You fucking kidding me?" All right. Okay. Nope, that is correct. All right, 15.
Okay.
Just stab things.
As you see him brandish the glaive, it kind of lights up in dark energy, and then you see his entire body become encased in a strange, foreign energy. It feels dark, it feels ancient. This magic doesn't come from the Shadowfell. This magic doesn't come from the heavens. This magic doesn't come from anywhere you've been. This magic is old. So old. As he brandishes the glaive, he looks to you and he says, Skaaymon, this is your last chance to give in to despair. You're up first. What do you do?
They're just like, down for a minute. She's like, what? Why?
There are powers at work beyond your understanding, boy. Do you do anything?
Like, prepare. I'm essentially gonna like hold my action in a way so that if he tries to attack me, I can either block it or something, if that's possible. I don't know if that's
Dodge
possible.
action.
Can I do that?
You
Yeah.
can take the dodge action, which gives him disadvantage on all attacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. He sighs, and you see the energy collect around him, as he seems to become, like, you almost see tears appearing in his eyes as the energy focuses around him, and you also feel this sinking despair in your chest, as he's going to go ahead and activate that real quick, giving him that. Okay. And then, faster than you've seen him move, he's suddenly right in front of you, and he's going to go ahead and take an attack with his Glaive of the Shadow Lord. That is only a 10 to hit.
No.
10 misses. He swings at you, but you are ready. You easily dodge out of the way. As his eyes track you, he's going to, with his second attack, cast Inflict Wounds. Does a 14 hit?
Yep.
Okay. 14 hits?
Yeah, barely.
Okay, you are going to take 16 points necrotic damage, and I need a wisdom saving throw.
You said 16?
Yeah.
Nope. Can't math. There we go. Okay. Alright. Alright, had to math that real quick. And wisdom, that'll be a saving throw. So that'll be 27 with a natural 20.
27 saves. You feel he swings the blade at you. You are able to dodge out of the way, and then he grabs the side of your face as you feel necrotic energy kind of pull at you, and it seems to almost try to force a tear out of your eye. It seems to almost try and force you to cry, give in to despair, like he said. But you shake it off. His form of despair, kind of trying to keep its hold on you, but you aren't having it. Your turn. What do you do?
I'm gonna kind of push him off of me as I draw. That's right. So I draw Bloodlust. And I just look at him and go, I wanted someone to give up. Why pick me? And I'm gonna swing at him with Bloodlust.
Roll to hit.
Uh, 13, 19.
19 hits. Roll damage. And that's a con save, right?
Yeah.
That is a 23.
That saves.
As you draw Bloodlust and slash across him, you ask your question, the blade cuts into him as he looks at you and he says, "You think I had a choice on who to pick? On who to send?"
Damage.
Pardon?
Damage.
How much? 6? You are cutting out.
It is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage, understood. As the blade cuts into him, you think I had a choice? This wasn't my call. Sending you out here? Hellish Rebuke, Dex save.
No. 13.
Pardon?
13.
14?
13.
The first half of the word is not picking up.
1, 3.
13 fails. You are going to take 12 points of fire damage. You are a tiefling, so that's halved to 6. As you cut into him, he spits his retort, and you see this kind of shadowy energy erupt out around you, and you feel it kind of burn at you. That's your first attack. You still have your second, and you still have your bonus action attack as well.
Yeah, okay. Let's swing with Bloodlust again.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Nope. It's an 8.
8 misses. You swing, and he steps out of the way.
Alright, I'm gonna... Yeah, alright, I'm gonna quick pull out, freaking Whispers, and I'm gonna swing bonus action attack with that.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Gonna be... 11.
11 hits. Roll damage.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, we're good. And that is also a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 16.
That fails.
As your blade swings out, cutting into him, you see his eyes kind of go dark. He does have 60-foot blind sight, so you will not have advantage on attacks, and he will not have disadvantage, but he can only see out to 60 feet.
Okay, well, that will be 6 more damage.
Okay. Your blade cuts into him, his eyes kind of darken as the magic takes hold, as he kind of spits out a bit of blood and says, "You dare call the shadows upon me?" He is going to go ahead and cast... Never mind. I thought I gave him Green Flame Blade. I didn't. He's going to swing the Glaive of the Shadow Lord at you again. That is a 15.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. I left my dice downstairs, and that was a dumb move.
Really?
1, 8, 16, 18,
God.
19, 22, 29, 33 points necrotic damage. Pardon?
Oh?
Yeah, 33 points necrotic damage. As the blade swings around and carves into you, you see it seems to almost drain from him, though, as he does. The blade cuts into you, and it seems to hurt him. And then he's going to... He's going to cast Armor of Agathis at 3rd level. As you see this despair energy once again kind of cling to him, wrap around him, and build itself into armor. Yorgo, what do you do?
Second. This can. I need that to pull up. Thank you. I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike.
You cast Zephyr Strike. You feel the dark energy course through you as you channel this power.
And I'm gonna with his comment of daring to call the shadows upon him, and I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm calling upon you! You dare steal from the shadows? Despite them, what do you expect? I'm going to once again swing with Bloodlust.
Okay, roll that.
That is a natural 20 for a 26.
Fuck yeah. We do use the same crit rolls that we've used for every other campaign, so go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, hell yeah. And I get Zephyr Strike this time, so that means, that is, on total, that'd be 16 plus, which is 22, that's the wrong one, plus, 23.
23 points of
damage. You
damage.
need to determine the damage types.
No. He...
Okay, 23.
He has a single damaged resistance, and it is not any of the damage types you're doing.
Oh yeah. And also the Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. Con save is a 21.
Okay, that's nice.
As a reaction, he's going to Hellish Rebuke at 3rd level. So I need a Dex
Once
save.
again.
And you do take 15 points of cold damage as well.
Oh. Wait, that's what that does. Okay, so Dex save is going to be a 14.
That fails. You take...
How much cold damage was that?
It was 15 cold damage from the Armor of Agathis, although you do shatter the armor. And 14 points of fire damage have to 7 because you're a tiefling.
Okay, so in... shit, that was 15.
It was 22 damage total.
22, thank you.
As your blade cuts into him, you kind of slash across his chest. He clutches at the wound, the kind of blue blood staining his hand. That's your first attack. You still have your second.
Okay. How... Shit. Yeah, he's used reaction. I'm gonna back up a bit. I'm gonna back up at least like 20 feet away.
Okay. You pull out of his melee range. He does not have a reaction, so he cannot swing at you again.
And I'm going to just straight up chuck Bloodlust.
You throw your sword at him. Roll to hit.
Oh, is that 13?
13 hits. Roll damage.
Yeah. Okay. And that... Oh, I need to fix that up. Okay, so no, that has only one weapon attack per turn, so I don't get that. Alright. So that'll be... 3 points of damage.
That is a natural 1 on the saving throw. So he is bleeding.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna teleport it back to my hand.
As the
end
blade
of my turn.
sinks into his chest, he kind of hisses out in pain. It vanishes and reappears in your hand as he clutches at the wound. Go ahead and roll me a d4 at the top of his turn.
3.
3. He takes another 3 points of piercing damage. And top of his turn, that is a 9 on the saving throw. As it continues to bleed, he looks up at you and says, Skaaymon, give up. You can't win this. Give in to despair. Luckily for you, I don't have time to kill you. And he casts Arcane Gate.
No, you fucking don't.
As you see this portal open up behind him. Unfortunately, our story can't end here, and we need an antagonist. So, he does run. Of course, Skaaymon chases him. And wherever shall he end up? That is the story that we seek to answer. Will Skaaymon catch up to Zen? Will Skaaymon obtain his idol back? Or will he die along the way? Or will he give in to despair, as Zen so eagerly seems to want him to? Zan turns and runs through the portal.
I'm fucking going after him.
Kind of purple outline, it is already rapidly closing. As you rush through the portal, you feel it close around you, and your vision goes black. Of course, Skaaymon isn't our only character. No. Whatever kind of story would only have one main character. Our other one, however, is not in such a climactic situation. Whimsy.
Yeah.
You stand or sit or lay. You lay in your room. Just you, yourself, no one else. It's just always been you. What do you do?
Well, correction. She is definitely cuddling Slimy right now.
That's true. It's not just you.
She lays on her bed, kind of on her stomach, her hooves in the air behind her, kind of just flip-flopping through the air, as she reads a book that she has read many, many times before, which is some sort of like definitive biology book on slimes, oozes of all kinds, the Oozopedia, if you will. It is very well loved. It is incredibly obvious that this has been read so many times. She can basically quote it at this point. She still smiles, though, as she looks at the words. Looking through the book with Slimy, pointing out all of his kinfolk on the page. Oh my god! Love it. It's beautiful.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh my god.
Whoop, whoop.
Dad, I love you. This is great. Oh, shit. Oh my god. But yeah, that is pretty much what she does. I imagine her room is very, very large. It is in the same sort of palace that the rest of the servants and her mother reside in, nestled into a tree. The rain falls outside as it always does, leaves floating in the air. Her room itself is lavishly decorated, absolutely brimming with presents, gifts of all sort. Anything that she could want is within here.
Okay. As you sit in your room reading through the book, showing Slimy his kin, how long do you spend doing that?
Whimsy is not on a time constraint. She'll probably... She'll spend a good hour or two, just nuzzling up beside Slimy, going through the book, reading. She will eventually get to a stopping point, though, probably slipping some type of lavish bookmark of some sort, probably adorned with slimes, into the book, and she will return it to her bookshelf, which is definitely something, it could probably qualify as a library, but she is familiar with each of the books and she knows exactly where to return it.
You place the book back on the shelf where it always belongs. And this is Whimsy. Her name is incredibly accurate. She is our other protagonist. Having lived here her whole life, she wants nothing more than to get out. Out, away from the mundanity of... Well, it's easier to show you. What does Whimsy do next?
She grabs up Slimy, plops him on top of her head, and she begins to run around the room, clomping around, just jumping, dancing, frolicking in the room, really. Probably singing some type of song that a servant has told her. Perhaps one of her tutors has taught her the song before. She screams it out at the top of her lungs, going on her bed, jumping around a few times. She takes Slimy, twirls him around, grabbing his slime and just twirling around with him. She does this until she is out of breath, planting a kiss on top of his head and looking around. Oh my god, Talon, these sounds are so good. Oh my fucking god. She kind of looks toward the door. What do we want to do today, Slimy? That does sound like a good option. We could go torment the servants. Oh, we could go, like, sky gaze. I guess we could do that. We could go climb a tree. Food. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna have the servants cook me, like, the biggest feast ever. And what should we have, though? Are we thinking meat, vegetables? You're right, both, definitely both. Maybe a wheel of cheese. I love the wheels of cheese. They're like I like stabbing them with the knives. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll put a lot of food in you. I'll even... Yes, of course. Slimy. You know I always take your tiara off so I can fit more food in you. I feed you very well. Like, you're the best thing ever. Come on. That's exactly right. Couldn't have said it better myself, honestly. Okay, let's go.
You
So,
make your way
scoop
out
up
of your room.
Slimy and run out.
Finding the servants is easy. They are everywhere and always at your disposal. You approach the kind of tall satyr man, Felix. He's always been kind of your personal butler. As you approach him, he turns and looks at you. Ah, Mistress Autumn Lily. What can I do for you today?
So I was talking to Slimy, and he was like, oh my goodness, I am starving. Like, the servants around here never feed me. And I was like, oh my gosh, Slimy, you're so right. We're like starving up there. Felix, you are slacking. Get a hold of yourself, man.
Of course, mistress. I should wait less than 3 hours after your previous meal to make you another one.
Yeah, I'm like a growing person. She grabs her tits and gives them a good slap. These babies can still get bigger, you know?
Of course, I apologize for my, innocuous, failure. Shall I prepare another feast for you, Mistress Autumn Lily?
Of course, I can never have too many feasts. I want that really, really good, like the cheese wheel. I want it, and I want you to measure it. It better be exactly circular, like a sphere. Like, slimy. Do the circle thing. Do the circle thing.
Slimy becomes a circle. Of course.
Okay, Felix, take a good look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Get closer.
Okay,
Stick your face up here.
Okay. Felix kind of leans in closer. Like, right up to his nose, like, placed against Slimy. Is this a close enough look, Mistress Autumn Lily?
That will suffice. See how perfectly cylindrical this slime is? If my cheese doesn't look like that, I mean, I'm still gonna eat it, obviously, but I'll be mad. I'll probably, like, call you a silly head or something, so, like, get it right.
Of course. I would never dare to insult you, Mistress Autumn Lily. I will fetch the cheese from the stores.
Good. I'll be waiting very impatiently.
Of course. Your feast will be prepared within the next half an hour. He turns and walks off, with the instructions in mind, the perfectly spherical cheese floating in your head as you cannot wait to consume it. Of course, she said she wanted the biggest feast ever. She says that every time. And by all means, it is going to be larger than most meals a mortal will see in their lifetime. But if every feast is the largest feast, then are any of them? The generation that currently rules the plains have always piqued my curiosity with that. This form of speech they call exaggeration and sarcasm are the most intriguing to me. They were not something that existed, nor was lying when I first created the universe. They did that all on their own. Lying came from the Aboltians. Technically the progenitors, but they only did it once. The Aboltians were the ones who really popularized it. But the sarcasm and the exaggeration, that was the mortals. It's always interesting me. right on the dot, half an hour later, the feast is ready. A feast fit for a queen, or a princess in your case, is laid out on the table with a perfectly cylindrical cheese wheel placed directly in front of you. As Felix gives you a bow and says, "I do hope this is to your liking, Mistress Autumn Lily."
Whimsy gets up and makes a show of examining every nook and cranny of this cheese wheel, sniffing it, wafting it into the air, considering for a good long while, before she gives one of like the middle thumbs up, where it's just like straight out. It'll pass, Felix, but I mean, if you really want like an A plus though, do the thing where you feed me.
Of course, Mistress Autumn Lily. Felix begins to feed you. He takes the cheese and begins to cut it and gives you a piece at a time, placing it directly into your mouth. Same with the fruits, vegetables, and meats on the table, while another servant does the same with Slimy, whose Rizara has been removed, to multiply his size by 8, so that he is his true size. And food is placed into Slimy, which he consumes. You are fed. Is there any shenanigans you pull whilst being fed?
Oh, Sabrina, I'm sorry. It's just that video. That literally is Whimsy. She does not, well, I mean, she definitely, does her usual banter with Felix of, playfully insulting him.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, she allows herself to be pampered and fed.
Okay. Felix shows no reaction to the insults as usual, and the pestering and whatever. But you are pampered, you are fed, and as the feast is finished, Felix kind of gives you a glance as he says, "Is there anything else I can do for you, Mistress Autumn Lily?"
I suppose I'm sated for now. I might need another feast here in like 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see. Slimy, are you good? Oh my god, you made it deeper! Jesus Christ! Ellen, thank you!
The Rizara is placed back on Slimy as the kind of eyes kind of peer up towards you.
I agree, Slimy. We should, Felix, you get like 1 5-minute break a day, maybe, right?
Your mother gives me a 15-minute break every 3 days.
Oh yeah, I forgot. She's better. Yeah. I'm too soft on you, Felix. Honestly, I think I should be a little harder on you. What do you think?
I think whatever your heart desires, Mistress Autumn Lily.
Oh, Felix! You always know what to say. You're such a good boy. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll let you be, quote unquote free for now. I think that I'll go for a nice stroll. Probably ride Slimy around a little bit, just do our normal meandering and shenanigans.
Of course. I shall return to my other duties then.
Of course.
Enjoy your meandering, Mistress Autumn Lily.
You forgot my shenanigans.
And your shenanigans.
My gosh, memory issues. She'll grab Slimy and give Felix a disappointed look before stomping out.
Now, those of you witnessing this story may think that the way she treats him is unfair. But, of course, everything has context. Felix was sold to her mother as a child. She owns him. Whimsy treating him the way she does is a blessing compared to many Fae. Did I forget to mention we were in the Feywild? I may have. Or maybe I mentioned it tomorrow. Time is a mess. But, of course, we've now met our two main characters, Skaaymon and Whimsy. The question is, how do their stories collide? In this case, with a literal collision. Whimsy, you make your way outside. You begin to frolic with Slimy, your usual shenanigans. You see the Dryad Gardener kind of watering some plants. You sneak up behind her and scare her. She kind of drops the watering can, has to pick it back up, and kind of laughs it off, but you see the pain behind her eyes that you've always seen. You're not sure why. You're fucking hilarious, and you're wonderful. I'm not sure why she looks like she hurts a little bit, but like, it's definitely not your fault. You know, it's probably just because she's stuck here too, just like you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear a crack. And then a sound like a large object falling through the sky. And you kind of startle, turning as you see this massive cloud of dust, like kind of up into the air, and a large crater in the ground. You see a couple of servants kind of look curiously towards the impact site. What do you do?
She yells out at the top of her lungs, "Slimy adventure! Onwards!" and charges.
Mistress Autumn Lily, what? Oh, she's gonna have her head for this. You, hurry up to the crater. Skaaymon, your vision goes black as you feel the portal close around your waist. You didn't make it through. For a moment, you think you're dead. For a moment, you await the crow to escort you to Herosis. But that feeling only lasts for a moment, as you are suddenly falling. You made it through. Except, you definitely didn't make it all the way through. As most portals don't open 70 feet in the air. You fall and... Pardon?
How conscious am I?
You are conscious enough to process what's happening. You do not have time to react quick enough to unfold your wings.
Okay.
As you crash into the ground, leaving a small crater in the dirt and grass, a kind of puff of dust erupts around you as you kind of dust yourself off and kind of groan, pull yourself to your feet. You are going to take a bit of fall damage. That's going to be 8 points of damage from the impact.
Oh?
Pardon?
Oh?
Yeah, 8. As you kind of struggle to your feet, you turn and... Tori, what does Whimsy, or what does Skaaymon see?
Alrighty. You see... You absolutely hear it before you see it. A bunch of... Well, I quite honestly, do you understand Sylvan? I imagine that's probably what Whimsy mostly speaks in.
No.
Okay. You You hear talking. It's a voice, definitely. It sounds excited, quite high-pitched, feminine sounding, and you see, clomping through the undergrowth, barreling up towards you and stopping right above you with a quite shocked expression is a solid white young satyr woman. She appears probably late teens, maybe early 20s. She has quite long white hair that is almost woolly looking. It is very voluminous, very thick. That is tied into pigtails behind her. Her bottom half is, of course, satyr-like. She has the traditional goat legs, white furred. Her hooves are perfectly manicured. Um, she's wearing a blue skirt at the moment, kind of one of the billowy, like, schoolgirl type skirts, and then a blue frilly blouse. It looks exceedingly expensive. Her face, you have probably seen very few things this pale. Like, as you look at her, you swear it almost seems like see-through. Her eyes, you have to search to be able to see anything but white. But you do just barely see the rectangular pupil of a goat in her eyes, but you kind of have to search for it a little bit. Her smile is just as brilliantly white as she beams down at you. Her large goat ears twitching up and down, and her little goat tail is going 90 miles an hour behind her. She has a nice pair of horns as well, nested atop her head, sharp, pointy, and perfect amount of threatening. She crouches down beside you and looks you up and down, and I guess, what does she see? Oh my god, that's perfect!
It is perfect timing. I can do. Hold on. What the? Hold. It. Well. Puzzled for a moment before actually looking up. Do not bite that. Thank you. For a moment before looking up, you notice a dark-skinned creature, not quite black, but definitely gray. A darker gray sort of humanoid creature with pointed ears, kind of a little bit more pointed downwards, than like how an elf's would be pointed upwards. A pair of dark curled horns that look black but kind of shimmer a bit with when the light hits them. The current mess of this, like, not dark, but like almost like a deep purple, a long mess of this purple hair that kind of is all around their face. As they brush it out of their face, they look up at you, and you can see along their face there are these, like, almost tattooed markings in a pattern. The pattern seems to have no real sense to you at all, but you can definitely tell there's a pattern to it. Their left eye is completely white. Nothing in it, no sort of like pupil. It's just entirely white. Their right eye, however, is a bit darker. It's definitely more of a silver, with almost stars in it. Faint-looking stars. Neither of their eyes have pupils, not visible ones, at least. They have a few, like, little piercings along their nose. They have two along, like, the bridge of their nose, and they have one along the middle of their bottom lip. If it just kind of looks up at you with this confused look on their face. As they readjust themselves, they kind of stand up, they brush themselves off real quick, kind of shake their back weirdly, as these two black feathered wings kind of ruffle and like fan out to just like dust themselves off and then like fold back in a little bit to get out of the way. So they just kind of look at you, so looks you up and down, and just kind of stands there.
I feel like there is absolutely, like, at least, unless you say something first, like a good 10 to 15 seconds of this girl in front of you absolutely speechless, like, taking in every single detail. Like, this is the first thing. Like someone who sees a creature that is beyond their wildest dreams, taking in every single detail. She finally opens her mouth, and just squeaks out, "My guardian angel, you finally arrived! I knew this day would come, Slimy. I knew it. I told you the entire time. Yes, yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
What language are you speaking in currently?
I think she's still speaking in Sylvan, actually, now that I think about it. Oh my god.
As you start talking, the person you're talking about, I guess, he just kind of gets increasingly more confused and slightly concerned. And if Whimsy tries to like walk up closer to him or touch him, he kind of like backs away and like pulls himself out of reach. Just really confused.
Whimsy, you see the Dryad Gardener kind of come up behind you, as she says in Sylvan, "Mistress Autumn Lily, get away from them."
No, you're not gonna take this away from me! My guardian angel, I've been telling you guys for years. They're here. They're finally here. Look how edgy, look how exceedingly handsome and all of my, like, non-existent prayers request things. I mean, I'm a god myself, I'm not gonna pray. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think something answered them, and they sent, like, oh my goodness, it's an angel! Look at it, it's an angel!
Mistress Autumn Lily, you are here for your own protection, please. Your mother would kill us if you left.
Skaaymon has continued to back up slowly, especially at this, like, rant that he cannot understand.
You back up, and then you feel steel press against your back. As you hear a voice speak up in Infernal. And who do you think you are, demon?
Skaaymon is going to just, like, kind of slowly turn around. To, like, fully face the person that's currently, I'm guessing, pointing a sword at them.
You see a satyr man holding a spear, pressed against you, dressed in a suit and tie, a typical butler's outfit.
The spear. In Infernal, they do say that. They go, oh, it's a spear. That makes more sense, actually. Okay, we can just... And they're gonna, like, kind of grab the, like, head of the spear and, like, not push it back, but essentially just hold it. Will they take, like, half a step back so it's not, like, pressing into them? And just be like, okay, well, we can... Thank you. Just, you keep it up. Just don't touch me with that. Thank you very much. Where am I?
How did you get here?
This is a great question. Yes, I didn't fully go through the portal, and now I'm here. I should be dead. That should have. Okay. What
Who
is
sent
here?
you?
Sent me here, or the reason that I had to run through a portal? I need you to be more specific.
Here.
No one. Intentionally.
That's not possible.
Unless, they're gonna hold their finger up to him. Unless, you've seen another tiefling, thank you very much, not demon, about, yay high, kind of blue, definitely an asshole, with a veil. Have you seen him running around?
I've seen a few tieflings, but none fitting that description.
Somewhere within this time frame, Whimsy is absolutely like trying to approach like Skaaymon from behind. She is like grabbing the wings, like
Mistress Autumn Lily, stay back.
The second you at least like push against the wings, Skaaymon immediately like flinches back into the side, and in Infernal just goes up. No, 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 no. Thank you very much. Do not touch. Kind of just like flinch away from Whimsy a little bit.
Whimsy looks like unbelievably offended by this. Like you see like a look of shock as you don't let her touch this, and she angrily, still not understanding you, just like speak a real language.
In Sylvan, Felix looks at you and says, Mistress Autumn Lily, stay away from the devil.
A devil? Oh no, that's even hotter than an angel. I don't know. It depends on. Oh, a dark angel though. Oh my god, that's so much. Wait. Ask them. Did they come here for me? I bet they came here for me. Felix, they obviously came here for me.
Mistress Autumn Lily, get back inside. This isn't one of your fantasy novels.
Yeah, you're right, because it's happening in, like, yeah, you know what? Okay. Alright, fine. I'll, like, take, like, 2 steps back, and then after you've, like, pacified them and stuff, I have a collar that will fit them amazingly!
His eyes flip back to you, Skaaymon, as he says, What are you here for?
I'm guessing in Infernal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just kind of look at him and be like, I don't know how much clearer I can make it with the I don't know where I am, and obviously I'm the only person to have come here today. I'm not meant to be here, I don't think. I'm meant to be chasing someone.
Have you
who
any
is not
association
here.
with the King of Dying Breaths?
Who?
Which, notably, Whimsy, you hear the title spoken just as clearly in no matter what language it's spoken in. It is the same title. It is spoken the exact same way in every language. You have heard that title before.
Steven's just gonna like kind of think for a moment and look back and she'll be like, who?
Roll persuasion.
Did we decide if Whimsy knows that that's who that is?
That's your call.
Persuasion is a 12.
I think maybe like she doesn't know any more details, but she knows the title. She knows who it is. Okay, we'll do that.
Fair enough. As what the fuck is Bruno barking at? Sorry, there's my neighbor's dog is barking, and I can hear it through my window. He kind of lowers the spear slightly, looking at you, Skaaymon, as he says, "So coming here was an accident, then?"
On my part, yes.
That is a major security breach.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you only go through like half of a portal. Kind of get stuck, and it throws you.
Turning to
Where?
the Dryad, he speaks in Sylvan as he says, "We need to report this to the Queen of Wet Leaves immediately." Felix, are you? This is a major security breach.
Felix, she might kill him.
That is the best ending for him.
I want to keep him for a few days at least.
Luckily for you, your mother is on a business trip and it'll probably take a few days to get a message to her.
Has he like walked around me at all, or has he just lowered the?
No, he's lowered the spear a little bit, but he's still like, you are still between him and Whimsy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna kind of like notice them talking and just like attempt to, like, very obviously hands completely outstretched in a way that they cannot grab for any weapon that is visible. And those will just kind of be like, all right, backing up this way, and they're going to just kind of circle him in a way as to not be in between him and Whimsy, because it does seem like he's trying to protect her. So he's going to try and like make there not a boundary in between the two of them.
Okay. As he looks
Also
at you,
potentially giving him a better chance of escape.
as Felix looks at you, Whimsy, he says, "But you will have no interaction with the prisoner."
What's it like? What is that? What is that? Is that angel language?
It's infernal, the language of devils.
Okay, but what is it? What is it? It looks like both. What is it? Can you ask what it is? I need to identify it.
He looks to you for a sec, Skaaymon, before he looks back at you, Whimsy, and says, "I believe it is a tiefling."
Those are in the romance novels everywhere, Felix. Like you know, you read them to me all the time in that risque voice. Wait. That reminds me. Okay. Whimsy makes like a huge show of clearing her throat before she does a few like look like those singing things, like almost before like someone's about to start singing, like the practice.
Mm-hmm.
And then she will speak in common. Okay, it might be a little rough. I normally just do this like to, well, no one, since it's an inferior language, but can understand me? Question mark, question mark.
Skaaymon?
He just looks at you confused for a minute, like kind of cocks his head a bit, and just like gives you this most like slightly concerned look, and it's just like, why? In common.
Whimsy leaps stupidly high in the air, like immediately.
Immediately like ducks down, going and like takes another like 3 steps back.
She starts like clapping, like she points at like this is like a zoo exhibit, and looks at like Felix. Oh my goodness, we have a common language. I guess that's why it's called common, huh? Oh my goodness, it speaks, it's intelligent.
Mistress Autumn Lily, you are aware there are tieflings on staff, right?
no, why'd you do this to Elena? Has she seen them before? Oh my fucking god.
None like Skaaymon. None with wings, none as edgy looking as Skaaymon.
Okay. Well, that's literally, like, she rolls her eyes. You see... It's like, you imagine this is a blush, because it's like an optical fucking illusion. Like, you see somehow her face seems to get whiter. You didn't think it was possible, but, like, you think this might be her version of a blush, as she looks away. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously. Like, I mean, none of them look as cool. Why do we not employ ones that look this cool and edgy? I wouldn't be a virgin if we did, Felix.
What language are you speaking in right now?
Common.
Okay. Steven just, like, looks back and forth between these two, and is at this point attempting to be, a decent bit away from Whimsy, but also hopefully, like, 2 to 5 feet away from Felix with the pointy stick. Well, who they now know is Felix with the pointy stick. And it's just gonna be, like, quickly an infernal, to Felix to not, offend this excitable person. And he's just gonna look at Felix and just go, Is she okay? Why is her face like that? It's not that it's bad, it just... Is she sick? It looks like she's about to pass out.
Felix blatantly ignores Skaaymon, and responds to Whimsy in common, as he says, "The reason we don't have anyone as battle-hardened as this thing is because all of the tieflings and other mortals, such as myself, on staff, have been on staff since childhood. It's our
I'm gonna attempt
deal
to take
with
another
your
few
mother.
steps back.
And you," he turns to you, Skaaymon, "are not going anywhere."
Okay, well, why doesn't Mother send some of you guys out to, like, a war or something so you can get, like, battle-hardened and hot? That's all I'm saying. Like, come on.
Because we are not trying to...
You're fighting a war, I'm a hunter. There's a difference.
Mistress Autumn Lily, the world is not a fantasy novel. I told your mother we should not have provided you with so many of those.
I have not been provided enough, Felix. She, like, puts a hand up, like, to, like, I am done with you, and looks to Skaaymon. Do you have a name? Are you named? Can I name you?
I have my own name, thank you very much.
Well, what is it? I'm not gonna do any of, like, the steal thing, whatever. You can totally trust me. We're all friends here.
Okay, so I'm in the Feywild. Thank you very much for answering that question, and I'm gonna glare at Felix from,
You are not
the first question I asked.
quite in the Feywild.
Where am I?
You are in a hidden pocket dimension that has only one access point.
I'm guessing that access point is not in the sky?
No, it is not. That's why you being here is a huge issue. This
Okay,
shouldn't
that's why
be
it hurts
possible.
so much. Well, love to help you, definitely. I have something I need to do, and a traitor to catch. So if you wouldn't mind, I don't care if I'm blindfolded, as long as no one tries to do anything. I'm gonna look at Whimsy. Weird. We look back to Felix. But if you wouldn't mind just, getting me out of this, and just gonna, like, gesture around to the area, so that I can be back
Absolutely not.
on my way. Why not?
You are not leaving until the Queen of Wet Leaves gets back. You will be lucky if she chooses to kill you.
You fucking... I fall in this bear and do this, blah, blah, blah. Of course it is. No, why did they pick me? I don't want to be here.
Now, fortunately for you, and unfortunately for the rest of us, we don't have a dungeon here, because we never expected to take prisoners. But...
Felix, I told you to install it because it would be hot.
Whimsy.
I'm always right. You can go ahead and just admit that I was right with that one.
Mistress Autumn Lily, you... having a dungeon installed would have been useful.
Well, while he's slightly distracted, Skaaymon's gonna take, attempt to get, another few feet back, and, kind of prepare to, just, start going and, try and fly up if he attempts to attack them.
As, Felix's eyes flit to you, he says, "Down. Stay. And give me your name."
Who's he talking? He's talking to me.
You.
Okay. Yeah. Do I have to roll anything?
No.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna kind of because I haven't actually left the ground yet. So I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna kind of crouch a little bit, and then I'm just gonna look at him and just go, no.
He walks...
Sounds like a bad idea.
He walks behind you, looks at Whimsy, and says, Did you ever smuggle, handcuffs in here or something? That feels like something you would have done.
Gonna, try and circle him so that he's not behind me.
He's going to attempt to grapple you.
No, thank you.
Roll
Don't. No, thank you.
athletics
What is
or
that?
acrobatics.
Oh. Athletics or acrobatics? Neither of those are great. That's gonna be a 10.
That is a 25.
No.
You are not going anywhere. Mistress Autumn Lily, do you have handcuffs or something that we can use to restrain him?
Is he grappling me currently?
Yes. He's got you, he's
How?
blah, 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 blah. Let me speak. He's got you by the back of the shirt at the moment.
Sure. Okay. I'm gonna. Skimmon's gonna kind of send his wing a little bit to try and push him off, and just you know how you get something caught in a way, and you just kind of wiggle it, trying to get it unstuck.
Mm-hmm.
Skimmon's essentially doing that with his wing, just trying to shove this guy off of him.
Roll
And
athletics.
it's just get off me, get off me.
He looks at you, Whimsy. Do you have a response to his question?
Her smile grows impossibly wide. Of course I do. Who do you think I am? Me and Slimy always do that, and me acting. Anyways, Slimy, I won't expose you like that. You need them. You need them. It looks like you need them.
If you don't mind.
Was that also could be either, or was that strictly athletics?
That was strictly athletics.
9.
22. 23.
Just okay.
You try and shove him off, and his grip becomes tighter.
Get off of me.
Preferably sooner than later.
I'm fully trying to circle around him, trying to get him off of me. I'm just get off, get off, get off.
He's going to attempt to shove you to the ground.
Okay, well.
So roll another either athletics or acrobatics. Whimsy, do you go collect the most likely bondage supplies?
She is a little distracted, looking at this, giggling. This is entertainment.
Fair enough.
But she's starting to make her way over.
Okay. What's that acrobatics?
Felix, how about we could bring him to my bed chambers, right?
That is a 16, and I swear, 16.
Another 23 from Felix.
Damn it.
As he pushes you down, pins you to the ground, looks to you, Whimsy, and says, "No, he's not going to be kept in your bedchambers."
I do here.
I didn't mean in that way. I just mean, like, so he can't, like, fly around or whatever.
There is another room in the palace. I was going to lock him in.
Can I don't like how he's grappling me, and I'm going to, unless it's completely dumb and stupid, and that's not where I get it from, I need to go here.
Whimsy is now running to get the stuff.
Okay.
Fear on Felix.
You cast Fear?
Cast Fear.
Okay, that's a Wisdom save?
Yep.
Ooh. How's a 9?
That fails. And now he gets to take the dash action and move as far away from me as he can to the safest available route. Concentration up to a minute.
Yeah, he Whimsy, you run off, or you begin to run off, and you notice, right as you turn around, his eyes kind of widen, and he fumbles back, kind of backing away from Skaaymon as far as he can go.
Skaaymon growls in Infernal, "Just get off of me." And the second that he's no longer being grappled, he's going to get up, he's going to, kind of shift himself away from everyone. Is definitely defensive, but has yet to draw a weapon.
I feel like Whimsy... Go ahead.
I was going to say, he definitely has, some sort of, shadow kind of moving around him a little bit, especially kind of throughout his hair and around his eyes.
There's kind of an unsure kind of look as she turns around and kind of sees this. It's not quite fear, but almost. She slows and turns back around. Oh, okay, this is amazing. You could just accompany me there, whatever. Okay, I just want to say I mean no harm. I'm not gonna kill you or anything. The other ones, yeah, they're probably going to. Mother definitely, is gonna do something like that, probably worse. But I'm not gonna do any of that. So, you want to hang out before you're dead?
Mr. Sodom Lily, get away from it!
I'd really rather just leave. Thank you. You can kind of see a similar look, almost fear, but not quite, in their eyes. Oh, in the eye that actually shows things.
Mr. Sodom Lily, please, back away from it! Get away from it!
Whimsy pulls out her trump card as she confidently extends Slimy toward Skaaymon. If you hang out with me, I'll let you pet the slime.
Roll persuasion at
Slimy.
advantage.
What am I supposed to do here? I don't...
Well, we're gonna find out in a second.
Oh my goodness, okay, math. It's a 32.
Okay.
No, 33.
Okay. How does Skaaymon react to a 33 persuasion check?
Yeah.
The slime is fucking adorable.
Oh my goodness. If it was 20 or just under, I would have been agreeing, but no, it's over 30. How? Oh my goodness. He does not trust these people. at all, and one of them is literally trying to attack and throw him to the ground, and this one's trying to be really fucking weird. How am I supposed to react to that? You... Can I, like, do a wisdom saving throw or something to try and see if he would actually, like, step forward, or if he would just be like, no, thank you.
I mean,
like,
you can respond however you think he would respond.
Oh no, you know what? Yeah, I'll respond. Skaaymon kind of like takes a couple steps closer, still a decent bit away, probably like 5 to 8 feet away from you, before like snapping out of whatever trance he was in a minute, and just feeling like, nope, not falling for that, not falling, no thank you very much, nope, and it's gonna like just back up once more and just be like, you're right, the slime is very cute, very sweet, no thank you, and it's gonna just like back up.
She like completely sticks out like her bottom lip like in a pout and like pseudo glares at Skaaymon a little bit, not trying to look too outwardly mad though.
Skaaymon just looks at that and goes, I have 3 younger siblings, that will not work on me, thank you very much.
Do they have slimes though?
No, and we'd prefer it that way.
She grabs her heart, like feigning a heart attack, and looks actually taken aback. My guardian angel is not a slime hater, right? You love slimes.
Where's Felix?
He's got like his back pressed up against a tree, looking at you with the utmost fear.
I would say, because it's probably been close to a minute, probably close enough for us to say it was a minute, so the spell would end.
As you see the spell drops, the fear kind of fades from his eyes, and he is going to attempt to charge and tackle you to the ground again.
Going up. I'm flying up.
Okay.
Like, he starts running to me, I'm going up.
Okay.
Can
Nope.
I try to do a thing?
What do you want to try and do?
Yeah. Whimsy is going to try to cast Old Monster on Skaaymon.
Okay. Skaaymon, roll a wisdom save.
Hold monster? I'm not a monster, I don't think.
Hold monster affects any creature.
Oh, fine. Roll a what save?
Wisdom.
Okay, well, that's not bad. Wisdom is... Oh, for fuck's sake. That'll be a 15.
That fails.
Oh, shit.
What this looks... what this looks like is, Actually, because it is like, I imagine it is like perpetually raining here. You see the raindrops that are kind of falling around you. They suddenly halt, stopping in midair and freezing as they, like a magnet, like shoot at you and freeze your body. You cannot move.
How far up did I manage to get?
Like, maybe, 5 feet, if that. You immediately fall to the ground.
Whimsy is, yelling at Felix. Hold it. I'll get the bondage.
I'm on it! And Felix is gonna grab you, Skaaymon, which he doesn't even need to roll for, because you are paralyzed at the moment. As he's going
Skaaymon growls. Like, he can't talk, but he definitely starts growling.
Okay. As he's...
Trying to intimidate.
Roll intimidation
Just
at disadvantage.
like, works. I rolled the same both times. It'll be an 11.
Okay. Does not seem to do much. He's going to start dragging you towards the palace, as he's going to call out, I could use a couple extra hands here!
How long does the spell work? Last?
1 minute.
1 minute, okay.
Tori?
Okay.
Yeah, 1 minute, okay. Whimsy, roll an athletics check for me to see how fast you can get the bondage gear.
I couldn't argue acrobatics. Okay, I can't argue acrobatics.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I can't. Oh, never mind.
Fast.
That's a 12.
Okay.
Bite me again?
You... Skaaymon, you can attempt to escape the grapple once. The spell, wears off before Whimsy gets back. Roll either athletics or acrobatics.
Do that. That is going to be a 21.
That is going to be a 23.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
What is he rolling?
18. Plus 5.
Okay, well, I'm still fighting him and, like, flailing around at this point. I've tucked my wings in so that they don't get hurt because, ow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely flailing around. It has become more obvious, like, the bleeding from the earlier fight is become more obvious, and they're just, like, flinging themselves around, trying to just get people off of them.
Mm-hmm. As Felix, the satyr, forces you to kind of stay put, Whimsy, you come... Whimsy, you come back out, with bondage gear in hand. Felix kind of gives you the most bewildered look, seeing, like, more than just handcuffs, I'd assume.
Oh, absolutely.
I was gonna say, the second Skaaymon sees that, they just stop immediately, look at Felix and go, I will walk with you wherever, do not put that on me.
Felix kind of looks at the bondage gear, looks at Skaaymon, looks at Whimsy. Just something to bind the hands.
She already has the ball gag in her hand and is trying to put it on.
No, Whimsy, Mistress Autumn Lily, I, not the
Can
full
I
harness.
grab the thing and throw it?
No, you have your arms, like, held at this point.
Okay, in that case, I'm like, can I grab it with my horns and chuck it with my head?
You, can... Whimsy, would you allow him to do that?
No.
No. Then, like, he tries and you pull back, before he can hit it with his horns. Mr. Sodom Lily, I not the full harness. It's going to make things worse with the full harness. Just
Okay, just the handcuffs and the ankle cuffs.
That's what that was. I'm starting to, like, slip in and out of, like, Common and Infernal, so Whimsy only gets, like, half of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
As Skaaymon just, like, kind of panics and just goes, like, I will just, like, straight up walk with you. I don't really care. Do not put any of that on me. Thank you very much. No. I will bite. Do not do it. Don't you dare.
Are you lying?
Specifically, I will bite is in Common.
Oh god. Okay, Skaaymon, are you lying, first of all?
I am not.
Okay.
Skaaymon will... Yeah, Skaaymon will gladly walk without those things, if it means that those have to go on. Otherwise. What is... Where...
What you don't understand is Whimsy wants to be bit.
That's a Nope, that's a 20. Haha, I have a +1.
Okay.
That is a 20. Do not bite that, thank you.
To be fair, Tori, I think that's why Sabrina had him say that in common. As Felix kind of sighs and says, just the handcuffs. Can we compromise on just the handcuffs?
No.
Whimsy's already trying to put them on.
None of it. Stop! And Skaaymon will, like, shake their hands out. She'll be like, stop it! I will... They're gonna attempt to, like, not really break free, but definitely, like, circle around Felix away from Whimsy, and feel like, I will walk with you. I don't care. You can have one person holding one hand, one person holding another. I do not care. Do not put those on me. I will. Don't you dare.
Mr. Sodom Lily, please. I think you just having it in the near vicinity seems to be more than enough.
Laughing at me? Laughing? Is he laughing at me?
He's holding back laughter.
You don't look at that, and Skaaymon is going to pathetically shove him a little bit, and then just completely, like, stand there, and be, like, we'll shove him, and then immediately, like, sit there being like, I can't prove it. While also glaring at Whimsy still. And, well, does anyone in the vicinity speak, Giant?
Nay.
No, okay. So, in Giant, they just go, and he called me the devil. While glaring at Whimsy.
Whimsy, do you continue trying to force this harness on him?
If it seems like he will comply, like without having to do that, Whimsy will begrudgingly stop.
Okay.
She kind of gives, like, a whiny kind of look. Are you seriously expecting... Oh my god. They must have gave you, like, awful training in, like, Angel Devil Wherever school. Like, you were sent here for me and you don't... Like, be more kinky.
I've not been here at all. And I am neither an angel nor a devil. I don't know what you're on about this, but I what are you talking about?
I mean, you have the wings, but you're, like, edgy, so it means that you're both.
I'm not the only one with wings.
You're not the only one like you? Show me more of your kind, preferably ones that are a lot more into this.
Thank you. It's a little bit of a difference between being into something and knowing the person that's trying to force handcuffs on you. Thank you very much. None of them's gonna like that. And no, most of them are more colorful. You seem to not like that, so they're colorful. And bright and shiny.
She gasps and just, like, points down to Pink Slimy. I love color. I mean, yeah, obviously, like, I like, like the dark stuff on men because, generally those are, like, the edgier ones. But, like, you know what? I will take anything at this point.
They're gay.
I will take anything at this point. I can convert them, don't worry.
Lie. I will say that this is such an obvious lie that I will not roll deception because it is such an obvious lie, But, like, they're just, like, trying to pull out anything to stop whatever this is.
Yes, Slimy, I agree. That was a total lie.
Skaaymon, you are led into the palace, to this...
I don't care where Whimsy is. If Whimsy is in front of me, then I stay, like, glaring at her, and if Whimsy tries to get behind me, Skaaymon will turn around and walk backwards solely to glare at Whimsy the entire time.
Love that. Skaaymon, you are led through the palace, to a large room. It seems like some sort of guest room, and you are kind of pushed into it, as you see Felix kind of glances at the windows, kind of curses under his breath, and then turns to one of the other servants and says, "Board those up." "Yes, sir." And the servant runs off, as you are held just kind of in the room for a bit, until the servant returns, kind of boards up the windows, and then dashes out, and Felix kind of pushes you into the room, lets go, backs up and slams the door shut. You are alone in a mostly empty guest room with probably the fanciest bed you've ever fucking seen.
There a skylight?
No.
Damn, I was really hoping that there would be a skylight and he just forgot. Okay. Did you say they locked the door?
Yes. You do hear the click of the lock.
Okay. It's a bedroom door. It doesn't lock from the inside?
You hear the click of the lock, and you do not see a way to unlock it from the inside.
I was really hoping that I could spend half an hour in game just unlocking it to wait for them to lock it again. It's really funny. This game is just gonna kind of be like, what is that? Why is that so... What? Okay, fine. How tall is the room?
About 15-20 feet. It's surprisingly comfortable in here. If it wasn't for the fact you were being kept prisoner in here, and also in the middle of a mission, a vitally important mission, you probably would love it here.
So are the windows boarded up from the inside?
Yes.
I'm gonna go over to the windows, and I'm going to attempt to use anything I may or may not have, including tools, to just, like, try and pry them off the walls enough that I can get to the window and try, like, open the window so I can get out of the window.
As you pry off the first board, you see, like, you are able to see out through the window again. You see someone boarding up the windows from the outside.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep prying off the boards here.
Okay. You pry off a couple
Enough
more.
that I can, like, how does the window open?
It pushes out.
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to, like, push the window in a way that I can, like start to, like, push the... I'm gonna wait for them to finish boarding the window. And then I'm gonna, like, slowly kind of push to see if I can get it enough that I can, like, stick something through and try and pry off the boards from the inside.
Unfortunately, you can't get it open enough to do that.
No, that didn't work.
Whimsy.
Okay.
Felix slams the door shut, locks it, turns to one of the servants and says, You're martially trained, right? Yes, sir. Guard this door. Do not let the devil escape. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Felix turns back to you, Whimsy, and says, You will have no contact with the prisoner until your mother gets here. Understood?
Yeah, I was about to say, you can absolutely, like, Skaaymon, you can hear, like, the whines and begs of, like, Whimsy out here. She's absolutely stomping her hooves. Felix! You can even, like, oh my goodness, just let me, like, talk to him from the door. I don't even have to be in there. I just want to talk. I want to communicate.
Whimsy, silly, autumn lily.
Yeah, that's my name. Don't wear it out.
You are forbidden from speaking to the prisoner.
She glares at him. Why are you being so mean? It's just a person that was sent here to be with me.
They were not sent here. Now, if you will excuse me, turning to the servant he said to guard the door, Do not allow her any contact with the prisoner. Yes, sir. I have duties to get back to unless you require anything not related to the prisoner.
Slimy, is Felix the worst person that's ever existed? I couldn't have said it better myself. Felix, I'm gonna go up there and I'm going to write a letter to Mother. Yeah, I could just tell her, and I am gonna tell her, but I'm also going to provide a written letter telling her how horrible you are.
I'm sure she'll put it with the others.
I love him so much.
My goodness, I love that so much.
She stomps away.
And it just breathes a sigh of relief as he hears the child walk away.
Oh, but you hear, she turns around and yells at the top of her lungs one last time. Person who didn't give me their name, edgy hot dude, we're gonna be together. Even if it's in the next life, we will be together one day. Don't you worry.
Skaaymon just hits the door. He'll just bang and hits the door and then continues to do whatever he's doing.
And Whimsy
Great,
did
with that.
go write this letter, and Skaaymon did continue to attempt to escape. Unfortunately, Skaemon's attempts were all thwarted by Felix. Until... Whimsy. That night, the sun has set. It's been quite a few hours since your savior crash-landed here. You know you have maybe a day before your mom comes and kills him. It's now or never. What do you do?
Okay, so I feel like Whimsy probably, absolutely, I imagine, has a good understanding of, like, the servants' duties, like, kind of where they usually are at, like, different times, like, that sort of thing. Okay. She is going to... She sits there in silence for a while. She's probably been sort of pseudo-angrily reading some romance novel about a tiefling.
Odd.
In the meantime, that she'll suddenly slam it shut. And she will kneel down eye level with Slimy. You're right, Slimy. This is our best opportunity. If we're ever going to get out of here, this is the person. Okay. I agree. That's kind of what I was thinking that we should do as well. Okay. Let's go for it. Whimsy is going to get up, and leave her room. She is going to kind of, does she know, like, if there is any type of, like, where the servants' quarters kind of are?
She definitely would know that.
Yeah. But does she know, like, what she's going to try to do is go into, like, wherever Felix keeps his spare clothes, and she's going to put on a pair of his clothes. That's what she's trying to do.
Roll stealth.
That is a 16.
16. You slip into Felix's wardrobe and grab a set of his clothes and slip it on.
Okay, as quietly as she possibly can, she's going to slip back out, try to go to a secluded area, like avoiding wherever Felix might potentially be. And she is going to try to cast Ultra Self on herself to make herself look like Felix.
Okay. Roll a d20. I forgot to have you do this the last time you cast the spell.
Oh, yeah. Talon, that is literally a natural 1.
Roll a d100.
Oh my fucking god, I cannot believe this.
Right off the bat.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. It's a 26.
You cast the spell, Alter Self, and your form shifts into that of Felix. But as the hair kind of falls over your forehead to cover it like Felix's hair does, part of your vision gets obscured. You kind of push the hair up. You realize an eye has appeared on your forehead. For the next hour, you have advantage on sight-based perception checks.
Okay.
Luckily, Felix's hairstyle does hide his forehead, and thus would hide this eye, and it would not cause problems.
Amazing. Yippee for bangs.
God.
I feel like as this happens, she does have to stifle like a bit of a gasp as she feels her magic kind of go out of control, but breathes a quick sigh of relief. This is not as worse as it could have been. She well, like at this point she kind of will try to, I think, like slip Slimy, like have him kind of like I guess pancake himself into like the pocket of like one of the like the butler pants to hide him, and she'll give him a thumbs up before she puts him in there.
Okay.
All right. From all of the years that she has definitely studied Felix, she's doing her best. She is doing the walk, any mannerisms that he has. She's trying her fucking best right now, and is going to confidently walk up to that door.
Go ahead and roll performance. I will give you advantage because you have been here for, 19 years?
Mm-hmm. Oh, since I have advantage on that anyways, because it's charisma, do I get like some type of extra thing?
I'll give you a +3 to it.
Okay.
Great.
It's gonna be 24.
Okay. You waltz up to the servant who kind of looks to you. Sir, how long am I supposed to stay here? Are you going to send someone to take guard after me?
Yes, I will be sending someone shortly to replace you. Go, rest. I will have someone replace you shortly.
Oh, thank you, sir. And he turns and walks away.
The minute, well, she'll wait, like, can't hear the footfalls anymore, give it like a good minute, she will open the door.
Skaaymon.
Is there like a wardrobe in this room?
Yeah.
Something. Okay. Is there like a chandelier in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, is the chandelier higher up than the wardrobe?
Yes.
Top of the wardrobe. Okay, Skaaymon is on the chandelier.
Okay. I will note the chandelier is an electric chandelier, so it's like lit by light bulbs instead of candles. But
Okay, I have taken some of the light bulbs out, and they're currently on the bed, and Skaaymon is just like on the chandelier.
okay, Skaaymon, you see the
As
door
far
open, and you see
Yeah.
the butler Felix step in. He does not have his spear.
They are pretending, or like they are acting asleep if Whimsy does end up seeing them, but Skaaymon is on the chandelier.
Okay. Whimsy, roll perception. You have advantage because it's sight-based and you have that third eye.
Hell yeah.
Fucking love wild magic.
It's gonna be 19.
You notice him almost immediately.
Is up.
Up in the chandeliers.
I find it really funny. He's just up. Like, oh no, where's the person? You can see the boards of, like, they went to every window in this room and took the boards off, mostly out of boredom. They're all, like, neatly stacked, except for one that was nearby the door, not, like, close enough to block it or anything. But, like, all of the boards are neatly stacked together, and there are light bulbs, like I said. All of the light bulbs from the chandelier are currently on the bed, and Skaaymon's just in the chandelier, trying to act like he's asleep.
Okay. I think that Felix, quote unquote, will kind of go in immediately, glances up and notices Skaaymon up there, and will kind of close the door back and lean against it. A odd, if you're looking at all, like peeking out a little bit, Skaaymon, you notice a uncharacteristic, based on what you have seen so far, smile like spread across this man's lips before it drops. And I didn't describe what the alter self looks like, but I imagine it basically looks just like momentarily, like the form just becomes completely like in the blink of an eye, ice sculpture, blink of an eye, it switches over like to a different form. So you just see immediately this man get iced over, and then there's just Whimsy staring up at you.
They're definitely, like, peering kind of almost like through their hair to disguise their eyes. But they don't move. They just kind of sit there.
She has to like put a hand up. Well, okay, no, she immediately will reach down and retrieve Slimy so that he can get to watch this as well. And also so she has her extra persuasion here. Slimy in hand, she will she will smile even wider up at the chandelier. Oh, person whose name I don't know. Are you awake?
No answer. Would there have been a long rest somewhere within this?
For Skaaymon, yes.
Okay, good. It's great. I was kind of worried sitting at 4 hit points. Yeah, there's no answer. There's not even like a twitch.
Okay, so, you might actually be asleep, but I'm gonna assume, for the sake of, like, you know, you being a silly head, because you've proven yourself to be a silly head so far, that you're probably fake sleeping. Listen, I am not your enemy. Like, truly, genuinely. It seems like you want to get out of here, and believe it or not, I want the same thing as you do. I want nothing more than to escape this place. It's great. I love Mother. The people here are meh, but you know. I could be your ticket out of here. I think that Felix was a little clear whenever he advised you that Mother will be coming tomorrow and she will end you. So if you want to continue your little hunt thing that you mentioned, or like, you know, you're like, something super important, you're gonna have to work with me to get that.
You
So
kind
let's
of
be
hear a
friends.
sigh. You hear a sigh as they kind of maneuver themselves around. They have kind of made like a little quick little like rope kind of web on the chandelier, and you kind of see them like crouching, like they kind of sit up in a kneel, and they just kind of like stare down at you for a minute. For a minute.
So what do you think?
Where is the other little satyr boy?
Oh, Felix, darling. He does not know about any of this. We will have to be very, very discreet. Um, but I am serious. Like, I really, really want out of here. So, like, your whole thing of like avoiding me and all of that, like, that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to like be allies at the minimum. But I want to be BFFs personally. Well, actually, no. Slimy is that, but we can still be friends.
Are you sure that your mother would kill me? You sure? I mean, it was said that no one else, whether accidental or on purpose, has managed to get in the way I did. How do you know she will?
Because I like know Mother better than anyone else. We're like super close. I've kind of lived here with her like my entire existence. So yeah, and she's like, what do they call it? Oh yeah, like those like benevolent and forgiving rulers. She's not that. She's like super duper tight about like the security here. So yeah, I absolutely promise you that you dying would be, like Felix said, the best case scenario for you. It won't be good, I promise you that.
Really, no other way out of this, is there?
Nope. What's your problem with me though? Like
I
honestly.
have insight on the nope. Can I attempt to be like,
Yeah,
is
you can
this
roll
really?
insight.
Is she lying to me? Is she? Oh, that's not bad. It's even better. That'll be a 22.
Okay.
There is no deceit in any of this. Like it seems she 100% believes like you're like something unspeakably bad is going to happen to you if her mother finds out you're here. And you also, particularly, she seems genuine. Like, there's as warm of a look as Whimsy can have is on her face. It seems kind of reminiscent of a lonely child who just wants friends. Like, deep down with an over 20 roll, I would give you that. Like, there is a genuineness to this.
I know, right? You notice as they kind of just, like, quickly unravel the rope from around the chandelier, fairly, like, rapidly, and, like, refold it in a way to make it as kind of small as possible before, like, hooking it back to their bag. And then they just kind of, like, tuck their bag a bit under their wings so that it just kind of, like, once again covers it a bit more. As they just kind of look down at you for a minute, and they go, I don't really have a thing against you. No, that's a lie, I do. Very... And they're gonna, like, kind of jump down, kind of use their wings to, like, float down a bit as they land. Grabby.
I mean, you look cool, and you have, like, cool wings. Okay,
Yeah, that
I
doesn't mean you
promise
just get to touch people, thank you. I'm not a big fan of people just touching me, especially my wings, because that can mess up with, like, the oil and stuff, or whatever. I wasn't really paying attention, but, like, it can hurt if they're grabbed wrong, and I really don't like it when people do that. It's kind of like the one thing that, or the first thing that you did. That's just also the really weird, like, everything else. It was really weird.
Well, weird is sometimes a synonym for unique, and, like, unique people are the people that, like, go places and, you know, do
Yeah,
things and
in
stuff.
this case, we're gonna use weird as a synonym for creepy, in the bad way. That's what that was. Very creepy. Actually, the fucking ball gag. Where did you even get that? No, actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why you have that.
Okay, whatever. Your normality aside, you are not what I had hoped for, but I can change you. It's okay. All right, we're gonna work through this, and we'll get there.
There's nothing to change.
Oh, there's always something to change, unless you're me. I don't need to change because I'm perfect. But everyone else isn't, other than Slimy and my mom, obviously. Okay, but anyway.
The ego needs to go, but sure.
Okay. So, how about I assist you? And, you know, I help you get out of here and everything. And the only one thing I ask in return is to poke the feather. Not grab it, poke.
So we get out, and if I let you poke the feather, then you leave, and then you leave me alone, and I can go back to doing my thing.
A look of hurt, like, crosses her face.
I mean, I don't really know why you'd, like, want me to leave, though. Like, I make everyone's life better. I think you might be confused. Did you hit your head when you fell? Oh, that would explain everything. You must be, like, messed up in the mind or something, and that's why you don't realize how amazing I am. Whoops. Sorry. I'm still into you, even if you're crippled, though.
I'm almost tempted to take my chances with the murderous stab lady. Like that better chance of my mental stability. No, I did not hit my head. My arm, maybe, but I didn't hit my head on the way down. I am perfectly normal. Okay, no, I'm not. Not at all. But, like, I'm normal enough. Thank you.
Listen,
You
okay?
don't know who you are. Why are you... No, don't want to know. I don't want to know that, actually, at all.
I am Whimsy, Silly, Autumn Lily, Princess Whimsy, Silly, Autumn Lily. And it is, of course, your
Fuck, you're a
pleasure to meet
princess?
me. Yes. Excuse me? You
Oh,
couldn't tell?
shit. No, shit. Oh, God. You can definitely see Skaaymon like kind of put their head in their hands and just like kind of walk around the room slightly, kind of groaning. It's like, oh no, damn it! I knew there was something. He kept. Why was he calling? He kept calling you mistress. It's not what you call. Is that what you call a princess? I don't think that's what you call a princess. You're a Oh, this is bad. Wait, hold on. If you're a princess, why do you want to leave? Aren't you like the favorite here? You get anything your heart's desires, and you just kind of point someone in a direction, and they go. You say jump, they jump. You say run in the water naked, they run in the water naked. Like, what? Why do you want to leave?
Oh my goodness, I love to ask them to run in water naked. How did you know that? But anyways, I mean, yeah, you're right. It's nice here. Like I know that it is. I know I could probably be worse off. You know, I'm very humble. I'm like super thankful for the life I've been given. But I want more. There's like I've seen it. There are other seasons, and there are maps, and there are planes, and there are worlds, and there's cities, and there's people, and like
Most of them are absolute assholes. Yeah.
maybe, but like there might be people out there that are like nice, and like I can be friends with them.
You know, don't you have friends here? What about them? You don't want to leave. You want to leave them behind?
My only
Sure, they
friend
miss
is
you.
Slimy. They're servants. They're not friends.
Oh, that's sad. That's really sad, actually.
Care about them. Like I
No.
treat them very well. I give them compliments all the time. Like I am like 10 out of 10 on the way that I treat them. Like they're so lucky to have me. But yeah, no, they'll just have to like survive without me. I mean, it's not like I never want to come back. Like obviously I'm gonna come back because I would miss Mother. But like when she sees that like I can go out and I can make a name for myself and I'm the strongest, best person ever, she'll be like, "Oh my goodness, Whimsy, I'm so silly. I should have let you do this like forever ago." And then I can just come here and I can be pampered and then I can go back out there and it'll be like a whole thing.
You have no idea how the worlds work. You.
I
Oh, if I go through
mean,
this, I have to keep you with me. You won't survive an hour. Oh.
You can see her face turn into like offense, like yes I would, but I have to keep you with me. Like she latches onto that.
my survival instincts are awful. I think if I didn't have you with me, I'd probably die. And that'd be really sad.
And then I'd probably have your mother on my ass, blaming me for it if she were to find out. And there's really no other way out of here. Damn it. Why am you...
You're right, Slimy, you're right.
Listening-
Slimy! says that he wants to be friends with you. And Slimy also says that if you be friends with me, that means that you're friends with him and you get to give him like lots of pets and stuff. And everyone wants to do that. So like win-win, you don't die and you get Slimy and you get me. But, yeah, we're wasting darkness though. We should like get out of here before they come back.
Okay, fine. I guess you're the lesser of two evils. Where are we going?
All right, Talon, this is a wonderful question. What do you think? What do you think Whimsy could put together out of this that might be her best chance?
You know where the portal opens. But you don't know exactly how to open it. You do know that often the characters hang on, words, English. The servants they often will go in and out of the portal fairly regularly. Like, it opens about on an hourly basis, give or take, on average. So your best way would definitely be sneaking through the portal once it's opened.
Okay. How long does it stay open?
Not very long.
Like, are we talking like a few seconds?
A minute tops.
Okay.
Are we still standing there, or have we like kind of started towards the thing?
I feel like she's kind of hovering, like still inside the room, but at the door, thinking. Now that she has.
And kind of like ears outside of the door. Kind of. How tall is Whimsy?
She isn't even 5 foot.
Okay, in that case, Skaaymon doesn't have to do much to see over top of Whimsy. Right. We get there within an hour, do you think, to the way out?
Okay, so the only way out of here is a portal.
Yeah.
It opens like not very often, really, and when it does, it's like super duper short. So we're gonna have to wait for a good opportunity. Okay, well, you know what? Since you're like the portal master, or not, since I saw you totally like fall on your ass out of one, how about
the one that casted it?
You still haven't told me your name.
Yeah, I know. Gonna kind of look around again. Hey, what does the average servant look like? How often are you? How often do you just kind of grab one and say walk with me, and they're kind of just stuck with you?
I mean, pretty often. Can you like make yourself look like someone? Is that the plan?
Yes, it lasts an hour. Along. Get there, and I can probably do it a few times. But like I'll have to spend a moment to recast it when it tries to fail, and that'll be kind of obvious because it'll be melting into shadows, in and out of shadows. But like what do your average servants look like? There's one that maybe have been sick today that you can. I was like feeling better for a nighttime walk. Describe someone.
Talon, what options do I got?
You got
She's
you
gonna-
you can come up with whatever that you think like would make sense to be on this Archphase staff, considering everything.
Okay. I feel like what she like the role wise is probably going to go for is maybe someone who is like one of like, I don't know, maybe like the supply runners, someone who they wouldn't question if they were around that area. Not
Okay.
someone who would be there right now. Obviously, we don't want duplicates, but like the most believable person she can think of that would be there and kind of be like, oh, Whimsy was really insistent that we just walk around here.
Fair enough.
Look wise, maybe just a good old-fashioned, I feel like there are probably a lot of, like, Autumn Eladrin around here. We'll just go with that. She'll just describe, one of them.
Fair enough.
A dude, obviously, because she still wants to be able to crush on him.
Obviously.
Alright. Whatever's described Skaamon's gonna be like, of course, alright, fine. And like, kind of, do you see them kind of like snap their fingers? As I said, it almost looks like any shadows that have been like casted by the lights or whatever, almost like seem to seep into like their feet, and will like almost like roll up them, and as it passes, like, as a line, as it passes somewhere, it is slowly changed until it gets to the top of their head, and they are as you described to them.
Hell yeah.
One of their eyes is still white, though. Their white eye has not changed.
As the spell takes hold, your body shifts, the disguise becoming part of you. You two slip out of the palace, out of the room, outside.
I'm gonna close the door behind me,
You
potentially
close the door
try and
behind
lock it
you.
again.
You lock the door.
If I can lock it, yeah.
Absolutely. The two of you slip out towards the garden, where the portal opens, in the kind of gazebo at the center. You kind of wander a bit until you see the portal opens as a kind of young, half-elven male goes to walk through it. What do you do?
Far away are we from it?
You are not far, I'd imagine.
Right. Skaaymon immediately, like, kind of takes in the surroundings to try and make sure there's no one that can, like, grapple them.
No one close enough to.
Okay, good. And they start, like, walking fairly quickly towards the portal, until, like they start speed walking towards the portal as it's, like, even starts opening.
Whimsy is like, this is her fucking chance. She has been waiting her life for this. Like, I feel like she's gonna try to, like, grab Skaemon's hand and, like, fucking book it.
I mean, Skaaymon kind of waits a minute and will, like, kind of hold back until they get close enough that he's certain that no one could stop them if they started running, and then will also book it.
You dart through the portal. Skaaymon, a familiar sensation to you once again, something you've felt now thrice before. Falling, being pulled in every direction. We're gonna take a break. So, we are going to, the recording is going to pause temporarily and then unpause when the break ends, so those watching this campaign are not going to lose any time, and we're back. So, the two of you leap into the portal. But now, you see, Skaaymon knows what to expect on the other side of this portal. Skaaymon's lived his life in normal society. But Whimsy, I will certainly admit, I am quite excited to see how she reacts. Yes, I know I'm the one telling this story, but I've seen it in a different order than you all. In fact, going forward, I will not have seen much of what you all are going to witness here. This will be just as much a surprise as it will be for you. So for now, kick back and enjoy the show. As you fall through the portal, there's a feeling of weightlessness. And then, Whimsy, you are hit with the loudest, strangest sound you have ever heard. Skaaymon, you are hit with the sound of a city street. As you hear the roaring of cars, the speaking of people, a vehicle rushes past as the two of you stand on a sidewalk. Behind you is a wall with graffiti in the shape of a portal. Skaaymon, you've seen this kind of thing once or twice before. Portals hidden into the terrain, hidden into society through murals and graffiti and the construction of buildings. Whimsy, you have no fucking clue what you are looking at. Buildings made of stone and concrete rise higher than you've ever seen, scraping the skies above. The people walk to and from, and you see these massive metal beasts kind of roar past you. These must be the cars that you've read so much about in the books. You see a half-elf with a strange glowing rectangular box in their hands. This must be the phone that you've read so much about. As they're, like, yelling at it, you kind of pick up as they walk past you. What the fuck did you think was going to happen, Jareth? As she yells in Sylvan. What do?
Finally.
I feel like Whimsy immediately, just on instinct, like, raises her hands and, like, cups, like, not cups, but just completely tries to, like, cover her ears, wincing. This is the loudest things that she has ever heard. She kind of, just initial reaction, like, hunches over a little bit, like her ears like ringing with this, just the portal, disoriented, the sounds, the smells. It is so much. A few seconds pass of her kind of crouched over like this before you see her chest like rise and fall, taking a deep breath in and out, and she raises back up, taking her hands off of her ears and just looking around in pure awe. I imagine she does like the classic like 360, looking everywhere around her. She probably like feels like the graffiti wall just to like solidify that like this is real. Like she's not imagining this. This is not an illusion. After I mean a good minute or two of just like speechlessness, she looks down to Slimy in her arms and just smiles. Pure joy, success, victory is on her face. Slimy, we a few tears escape her eyes and fall onto the slime as she sniffs, beginning to happy cry a bit. We made it! We made it! Look at it, Slimy! Look at it! It's the world! I know! It's amazing! She looks over at Skaaymon. She for the first time since you've been around her, like during this, her attention was not on you. She seems to have honestly forgotten that you were beside her, and she just looks at you with almost reverence, a genuine expression on her face, the normal kind of playful, condescending, like just jokey look that she normally has, that she's had with you so far is gone, as she just looks at you, still happy crying a little bit. Thank you.
Skaaymon has at this point dropped the disguise, the spell, and is back to normal. And she'll also just kind of like looking around, trying to grasp which plane they're currently in.
You
For one.
looking around at the peoples around you and feeling the cold air. Roll nature.
Teen.
Pardon?
Teen.
I'm hearing teen. I'm not hearing...
5. Teen.
15.
Here we go.
The cold breeze that rolls through the streets, the peoples that you see, mostly elven, dryad, satyrs, you get the feeling this is the Feywild. In fact, as you glance up to the streetlights, which are lit at the moment in the night, you see that they glow purple instead of yellow or kind of white. The telltale sign of soulbound crystal-powered streetlights, which are only found in the Feywild and the Shadowfell.
Okay. Oh, we're in the actual Feywild now. And knowing him, he'll be long gone at this point, so... if more cut out for me. Why are you're crying. Why are you crying? They get like a concerned, like he gets a concerned look on his face as he just like notices Whimsy.
Amazing! Like the contraptions, the
the buildings, the like in the books, like they were called skyscrapers, but I didn't realize they're actually like they're up there. And then like the cars, they're like they're loud, they're really loud, but like
Really
they're
annoying, too.
amazing. And like, and oh my goodness, it's so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You, perchance, no. This is the only way, into where you live. You should probably get away from this area if you don't want to be caught by your mother.
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, you're actually right. They're probably like really freaking out right now. Yeah, we should get away from here. Yeah. Where are we? Where are we? I love geography. If you tell me where we are, I'll know exactly where we are on a map.
The Feywild.
Yeah. Well, okay, I didn't know that, but yeah, no, I did know that. I did know that. I knew exactly where we were.
Skaaymon, you are certain that you are within the Autumn Court of the Feywild.
What? He just says Feywild.
Okay.
Just to see what Whimsy does.
The city, the latitude, the longitude, you know, all that stuff.
I don't know how the Feywild works. Looks like we're in the Autumn Court.
Okay, whatever. We can ask someone else, or like they're like
Literally all I can tell you.
okay. In the books, they're always like the road signs, and they're like welcome to blah 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 blah. Like we'll see one of those, right?
You
When we get to
turn
city limits.
about 5 feet to your left. There's a sign that says 2nd Avenue.
She triumphantly points. We're at 2nd Avenue.
2nd Avenue of what city?
Wait, why would there be more 2nd Avenues?
You really don't know how the world works.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't, and that's why I'm going to experience all of it with you at my side. Oh, we're out of here. We're out of here. Can I poke it? I can poke it now. You said I could.
Just gonna look you up and down. Before kind of like turning a bit. And they kind of like gesture towards one of them. Like they're doing their best to keep them like hidden, make it look like it's almost like a cloak. Just so that they don't get any weird looks about being a tiefling with feathered wings. They'll kind of like pull out part of their wing and kind of like gesture towards it and just be like, once. You can poke it once.
She gives a happy nod, and raises Slimy up, who, as she like gets her pointer finger and starts to like extend it, I imagine like there's like a beam of slime that kind of goes out at the same time as they both reach to poke it.
You kind of see their face like contorts a little bit at the feel of the slime on their wings, but they don't say anything.
Oh, I've had like a lot of like bird pets before. It kind of felt. Oh, is it magical? Or are they
Their
normal?
Their wings. I don't know. Okay, that's enough. And we'll kind of like push or like gesture your hand to go back.
Doesn't push it yet.
Okay.
She will take the hand back.
Okay,
Well-
Second Avenue. I'm assuming Skaaymon has, like, some kind of phone.
Mm-hmm.
He probably would have grabbed it with him.
Mhm.
Probably be charged. Would it have any charge left, do you think?
Yeah, probably. I
Okay.
mean, the arcane batteries on these things last forever. It's quality over quantity in this world. Fuck you, capitalism.
Love that. Because I mean, I assume that theirs is a bit, like, older, like, they're not really interested in having, like, a new phone or whatever. Theirs is, like...
But it gets the job done, and it definitely still has a decent amount of charge.
Alright. Well... Does it have, like, your equivalent of internet?
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to...
As you pull out the phone, you see a message kind of pop up on the screen as it says, "Now entering the Feywild. You have lost access to the Celestial Realms internet connection." And you see a pop up from a little bit earlier. "Now entering the Celestial Realms. You have lost connection to the Material Planes internet." And then before
really?
that,
I had no idea.
"Now entering the Material Plane. You have lost connection to the Shadowfell's internet."
Oh, really? I had no... Like, they talk to the phone, they go, wow, really? I had no idea. As they open it.
You open the phone.
They're gonna... Yep.
As I assume you pull up like a Maps app.
Yeah, I'm pulling up your equivalent of Google Maps.
Yeah. You pull up
Like, and zoom out.
You pull up the maps and kind of zoom out. The city you are in is Silvergate City, the capital of the Autumn Court.
Alright,
Basically has her head like stuffed towards her phone. Like this is the coolest fucking thing ever. She's
I mean, it's like up, so you'd have to like, they kind of have one of their arms crossed. Okay, so their arms are crossed, but instead they are still holding the phone in one of their hands, so it's kind of like braced between their hand and like the bend of the other elbow as they're looking through. So you kind of have to like stand on your tiptoes to like peer around their arm enough to look at the screen, but even then it's probably still like upside down for you.
She's like repeatedly like jumping. Like you hear the hoof falls as she just like
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's a phone, right?
Yes, that's the... Oh, this is gonna be great. Yes, it's a phone. What did you say the city was called, Talon?
Silvergate, the capital of the Autumn
Silvergate.
Court.
That... Thank you. Alright, here. We're in the Silvergate city of the Autumn Court. You know where you're going now?
Oh, the capital! Absolutely. I mean, I've never been here before, but I
Obviously.
have... Yeah, obviously. But I love maps. So, even without looking at whatever, are they called applications? Is that the thing you're looking at with a map on it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I, don't exactly need that because I have like a perfect memory, and I just remember by looking at the map of the city before, because I own a map of everything ever, I know exactly where to go. Follow me.
and she will just begin to start walking like into the road.
You begin to walk into the road and immediately a horn
You
just
know that
starts
thing where you
honking at
grab
you.
the collar and you yank someone back? Shaman does that, like, without even looking up from their phone. They reach out, they just grab, like, Whimsy by the back of the neck and just pull her back onto the sidewalk.
You see a Leonin man kind of poke his head out of the window of a car and shout at you, "Get out of the road, you crazy bitch!"
Skaaymon will flip him off.
My god. Whimsy, like, literally, it's like, she's like looking with like, how did that exist? How did that just leave someone's mouth? Like, she has never, ever been talked to in a negative way before. Well, the most is like from Skaaymon, but like, being cursed at? No. I honestly imagine that she's just like speechless, like her mouth just drops open, but like seeing Skaaymon do the flip off, she'll quickly like she'll quickly mimic the motion.
The driver drives off as you're pulled out of the road.
Skaaymon does this without even looking, too. There's like he was totally prepared for this to happen, and like almost had a hold on Whimsy before she had even like stepped into the road. His hand was already out, ready to grab and pull back. So he just kind of like pulls Whimsy back, the guy off, then pats her on the top of the head and just goes, "Maybe tell me where to go, and I'll make sure you don't die. Yeah?"
As soon as you pat her on the top of the head, like she immediately like an animal, like leans into the touch. She this is a success for her. All prior offense at being called a bitch slipping away, but she'll still glare in their direction. Did you hear the audacity of that person? Do they not know who I am?
No, they don't. They don't know who you are, because I didn't know who you are, and no one here will know who you are. If you've been in there, gesturing kind of towards the now closed portal, your entire life, no, they do not know who you are. Something tells me that you were there to be hidden. They won't know who you are. So they're going to talk to you like you're a normal person, because to them, you are a normal person. Which is why I was so confused when you told me you're a fucking princess. That being said, if you want this to go well, and your mother not to find you, don't go around telling people you're a princess, because she'll find you. Very quickly. Yeah?
Fine. I mean, okay, but how can you not just look at me and tell I'm a princess? Like, come on. Like, the descriptions in the books, those didn't even come close to matching me. But everyone can't be, you know, as smart as me, so whatever. I will forgive it-ish. But everyone will know my name soon enough. It'll be totally fine. Don't worry about it. Do I need to go by, like, a code name? No. I'm not gonna be famous if I go by a code name. Well, I will, but I won't be famous as me, and I do want to be me. Yeah, if they don't know who I am, they won't know my name. So I'll just say my name to everyone.
Have you ever heard of the stage name?
Yeah, but, like, I just want people to, like...
People can still know your name, you just use this name to be famous.
But... there's no name better than Whimsy. It, like, completely encapsulates everything that I stand for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so follow me. Oh, we're on a sidewalk. Okay, so we're not supposed to walk in the road, right?
No. But Skaaymon does that, like, the kindergarten teacher smile when, you know, you're trying to explain something with a smile to a small child. That's the look on Skaemon's face right now, and their eyes are filled with annoyance. And honestly, probably a little bit of despair.
Despair? Oh my god! Whimsy is nothing but overflowing with happiness right now. She will triumphantly point in a completely random direction.
That way. That is where our adventure will begin. Slimy, are you ready?
What is that way?
Alright. You still haven't given me your name. Do you want me to just, like, keep on calling you pet names? Are you into that? Is that why you haven't done it?
So are you like... You also have the weird, like, name-stealing, controlling puppet person around with their name sort of powers? Or are you... Don't... You definitely look like a satyr, so do you have any of the weird, spooky, privacy invasion, slavery powers?
That's a great question, Talon.
Given Whimsy's unique situation, you wouldn't.
Okay. She thinks for a bit on...
Though you
Is she
also,
still...
notably, you also wouldn't have the restriction that most Fae have, where they can't lie. You are
Okay.
fully capable of deception.
Amazing.
Totally just sounds like Talon's being like, well, no, but say yes.
Well, no, but you are more than allowed to say yes, is more so what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I feel like she kind of weighs the pros and cons of, like, wanting to make him feel on edge, but also just being like, nah, so she can finally get it out of him. But also, she thinks for a stupidly long time.
I am incredibly unique, as you've been able to put together so far. So no, I am not beholden to those, rules and regulations, because I don't follow any rules or regulations of any standard person.
Mm. You're not gonna stop asking me until I tell you, are you?
No, I mean, you're kind of stuck with me, so, like, you might as well just, like, yeah.
Fine. My first name is Skaaymon. It is what you can use to refer to me as.
Middle name? Last name?
No.
Okay, whatever. That's good enough. Mine now!
And she'll give, like, a devious, smile and just, like, do, like, a quick, like, prestidigitation of, like, a bunch of, like, exclamation marks and, like, surprised face emojis, basically, like,
Love it.
around her.
Skayman's gonna kind of like lean down slightly towards Whimsy and just be like, let it be known though, I am not Fae. I am fully capable of lying. But once again, pat Whimsy on the shoulder or on the head a couple times, and then like straighten up, turn around, and be like, all right, so, I don't want to call you a GP. You know what? Where are we going?
Right. So now that, I, like, own you, technically, with the name thing, I say
Oh,
that
you don't
we
at
go...
all.
Just go along with it, okay? Jeez.
Yeah, thank you.
That way. Yep, that way.
Whimsy is starting to just walk off.
Skayman still has the like maps open on his phone, just to make sure
Okay.
That nothing over, like, that they're not going into, they're not walking in circles, essentially.
Okay.
Or at least to keep track. If they start walking in circles, he's not going to say anything. But we'll just keep up with Whimsy and attempt to keep her from running into the roads or other people's or streetlights.
Okay, fair enough.
Whimsy has no fucking clue about, like, jaywalking, like, street lights. I don't like it. It's a fucking thing.
You know that scene in Nimona where it's like, I can't remember his name right now, but he's like sneaking through the castle, and then Nimona walks behind him with hand outstretched, just knocking down all of the like giant candlesticks
It's
and
the
everything.
exact opposite vibe.
It's the exact opposite vibe. Yeah, it's literally going up, almost running into people and everything, and then Skaaymon just like once again by the shoulder, pushes one shoulder just slightly out of the way so she doesn't hit into something. Like grabbing the side of her head to like move her away from a street light, grabbing the back of her collar to make sure she doesn't run into the road. It is literally the opposite vibe.
See, my first thought when Whimsy showed up here in Silvergate was, have either of you seen the movie Elf?
Oh my god.
Yes. That is exactly what I was thinking about.
Whimsy is literally just the XXX.com version of Buddy the Elf.
Oh my god.
Wrong.
But as you guys begin to walk, Whimsy, do you have anywhere specific in mind?
I mean, I feel like she'll walk for like quite a bit. Just like she's so entertained and amazed, like pointing out everything to Slimy that like this is endlessly fascinating to her. But after a bit, you do hear like a comedically loud grumble of the stomach. And she like snaps her fingers, literally starting to jump up and down as she looks over at Skaaymon. A restaurant! A restaurant! I've always wanted to go to a restaurant! A real restaurant! A real restaurant! I read in a book before, like the ones where they have like, oh goodness. It's like the ones where they serve you, but it's like the naked guys that were wearing like the thongs and stuff. I want to go to one of those places.
No, I'm not taking you to a strip club.
A strip club! Yeah, that's what it's called, but the food serving ones.
No. If we're going anywhere, we're going to the ones with the fucking play place.
A play place? A play place? Like the inflatable jumpy houses? Oh my gosh, I've always wanted one of those.
It's a bouncy castle.
Okay, so like, I am something of a bouncy castle queen. On my birthdays, or like really anytime I ask for it, I have had bouncy castles before, and yeah, no one is better at bouncing than me. I can kind of show you.
No, thanks. I don't. Hold on. Was that? Nope. Oh, thank you. Actually, no, I am not gonna do that for my own peace of mind. How old are you?
Guess.
I've given you my name. You could, if I guess, you're going to hit me, and I don't like that. So just tell me, how old are you?
To hit you?
You want me to guess? My guess is you're basically 12 with the way you're acting.
Does she hit him?
You see like a hand nudge, like she was thinking about it, but she doesn't. She does stick out her lower lip like she's not 12, but like fucking 4. I thank you very much.
Take a quick picture of that. for pictures later. Just like has his phone out, just quickly like takes a picture and then like tucks his phone in his arm again.
I feel like she doesn't even like realize that you probably did that.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
know you would. It's great.
I am not 12, thank you very much. I am totally of legal age to be fucked and, any other thing that is, I am 19. You act like you're like, well, I was about to say 1,000, but like that's like the hot like old guy thing where it's like, oh my god, that's hot if you're that old. You're like 50. That's hot too, though. How old are you?
Long do you think tieflings live?
Not
By
as
the time
old
we're
as Faye, I guess. They're probably, I don't know. What, are you like 5?
No. Unfortunately, I am also 19. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And... Hold on. Fuck, how old am I? I'm 20. Barely. There we go.
Okay, so we're
Fifty.
almost the
50.
same
Old
age.
man. You're all... I'm sorry, do I look like an old man to you? You mean... You look like an old man to you. Yeah.
Honey Bunches, 50 is like nothing for most people. That's like young. That's like young,
You live with a bunch of elves and basically immortal lifespan people. Quite a few other kinds of people, other races, other species, especially humans, tieflings, and will like point to himself, and a couple others like the Genasis. Do you know what that is? The like elemental spirit people, except human-ish. There's a few others, but we live all around. Maybe 100 if by pushing it.
Of
Like
course.
50 is older man.
Of course, I know what a Genasi is. Do you not think that I read like one of my favorite smut novels of all time is about a Genasi who like grants 3 wishes, but it's like, sexual favors? Like, oh, it's so good, it's so good. I don't think they do that though. Isn't it genies that do that? It might not have been accurate.
I mean, to be fair, the Genasis are technically similar to how tieflings are referred to as devils by being like devilkin. That is pretty much the same with Genasis and genies. They're definitely descended from genies. I don't think I've ever seen a genie before. I don't know if I've ever seen a Genasi before. No, I saw one today? How?
I mean, they live in like lamps and stuff. How many times have you rubbed lamps? They'll probably pop out if you do that.
That is a genie, not a Genasi. I know I've never seen a genie before. But I might have seen a Genasi whatever day I was in the mortal plane. We're getting off track. I'm not taking you to a strip club.
Okay, at least feed me then. Like, I need food. I'm hungry. I'm starving. You can probably see a bone somewhere, like, in me. I don't know. I probably have bones or something.
Well, yes, you have bones, otherwise you wouldn't be able to do much of anything. You'd just be a sack of flesh on the ground.
Slimy! Uh-huh, Slimy!
Probably, yeah, less useful.
I think you're amazing. I'm really glad that you don't have bones.
Okay. Can I tell what kind of creature Slimy is?
Roll nature.
God. It's, 12.
Slimy is definitely some type of ooze. That's as much as you can figure out.
Are they supposed to be that small?
No? Well, some oozes are. But you've also never seen a pink ooze ever. So,
True.
you have no idea.
Alright, well... Does, your friend, Estrus Slimy, does he have somewhere he can go? Because I'm not sure that any establishment will let... They hardly let, like, cats, dogs, definitely not birds into restaurants. I don't think they'll let a sentient pile of grease into a restaurant.
Oh my goodness. I know that you did not just call Slimy a pile of grease. He's a pile of ooze. Like, okay,
Ooh.
like, oh, what do they call it? It's like, it's like the flarp stuff that, like, like you put your fingers in it, it makes like the silly fart sound. He's like that, but like cooler.
Skaamon's eyes just like he definitely has a confused look on his face as he just looks towards Whimsy like, what? The what were you? Huh?
You've never played with slime before? Not like an ooze slime, but like,
Oh, you're
slime.
talking
Like
about
play slime.
Oh my
Yes! They make
God.
funny
You
sounds.
say that instead of the flarp stuff.
I don't know, I think that's like the brand of it or something. I don't know, I don't do
I've
brands. I'm like
never
too
heard
old
of
for that.
I've never heard of that. Yeah, that is the opposite of most spoiled rich people in the world. Usually they're the other way, where the brands and everything has to be the best.
Well, I mean,
That's kind of a good thing.
I decide what's the best. So, like, yeah.
Okay, well I can assure you this. If something has a higher price tag, it's not always the best. No, Talon said fuck you capitalism, but I'm also saying fuck you Talon.
No, capitalism absolutely exists to a point.
Just not with the phones.
Yeah. Well, it's not even necessarily
Okay,
not with the phones. It's just like big brands have made the realization that making good quality, as opposed to lots of quantity, is a better way to get more consistent customers.
Okay, good. No.
Yeah.
Anyways, you're hungry. I don't know if I want to. I have my own food. It's fine. We should get you something, probably. What do you like to eat?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that nothing I'm going to eat here is technically going to it's not like a feast or anything like that. This is like common people food. But that kind of has a charm in and of itself. I want to go to McDonald's.
Skaaymon just kind of like a full heavy sighs before turning on his phone again and looking up where the nearest one is.
It's like half a block away.
Can I see it from here then, or is it like
You can,
half a
yeah.
block around a corner? I can't see from here. Okay. We'll kind of like look at that and then we'll just be like, oh, it's right there. Okay. Yeah, fine. This is gonna be great. Alright, here we go. And we'll, lead the way.
Whimsy's literally
Holding
skipping
onto
beside
Whimsy's
him.
arm. He will probably hold on to Whimsy's arm, especially when getting to like a crosswalk, and will just like hold. And then like you just kind of, I'm assuming Whimsy doesn't really know what a crosswalk is, so at one point Skaaymon just grabs onto Whimsy and stops. And just stares across the road, waiting for a minute.
She absolutely eats this up. Like, she is taking any any physical contact she can get. Like, this is perfect. This is all she's ever wanted.
And at one point he'll just like let go, probably with the sound of like a weird, annoying beeping sound that's constant. Skaaymon will let go and then continue walking into the road.
Okay. You make your way across the road to the McDonald's. Entering in, you see. Now, here's the interesting part. This story has two main characters, but there's a third who's going to be important. Keep an eye out. See if you can spot her. As you cross the road and enter into the McDonald's, you can see it's not crowded by any means, but there's a few people in line before you. As you kind of come up into the line. Whimsy, what do you do?
Whimsy's gonna start walking to the front of the line.
Skaamon's gonna grab her arm and stop her from walking to the front of the line.
Whimsy, are you taking this?
She stops only so that she can, like, reach another hand up and, like, you know, grab the arm, look up, bat her eyes at him real quick.
Skaaymon, darling, what are you doing? I think we go up there to order, don't we? Like, I don't... How are we gonna get through back here?
I'm gonna like kind of pull him back to just be like, you said you wanted the common people experience, right? This is called waiting in a line.
Well, I don't want any of the bad stuff. I only want the good, obviously.
Well, you gotta take the bad with the good. I cannot believe this. Where's just now? Okay. Why have I become the babysitter? Okay. Oh, this. Wait in the line.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is so lame. I hope they hurry.
She's probably saying this pretty loud.
There are...
Skaaymon immediately just like, she like hangs his head and it is just like a, I don't want to be here kind of way.
There are definitely people kind of turn to look at you. Most people are just minding their own fucking business, though. It takes a minute, but the people directly in front of you place their orders, and the person behind the counter kind of rushes off to go and help to make that. They kind of call out, "Sal, could you get the next ones?" You see this kind of darker-skinned human woman, kind of yellow hair that fades to orange, these beautiful violet eyes. She approaches the counter, looks at the two of you. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you? You can see she's got a name tag that reads Sally.
Just like gesture Whimsy forward. Time to order. Here you go.
Now that Whimsy is up here, she takes her sweet time deciding what she wants to do. She almost lazily looks over the menu.
What's the chef's special?
That's not a thing here.
This is a fast food place. We don't have... It's not...
Oh. Hey, Whimsy? Their menu, that is what they have. I cannot believe I thought you knew that. It's not a high-class restaurant, there are no specials. Just pick something, order it, please.
Fine, I'll be classic. I guess I'll just have... I'm kind of hungry. I'll have 5 Big Macs.
Kind of raises an eyebrow as you say 5, but we'll punch it into the computer.
Now, listen. I cannot eat that if the ketchup is not smiley-faced, okay? All 5 of them. I need the ketchup smiley-faced, or I won't be able to eat it.
Ma'am, even if we were to smiley face the ketchup, as you say, it wouldn't end up looking like one after we put the bun on.
It's thought that counts. It's just knowing it was happy before I consumed it, you know? Like, come on. Okay, so
Understood,
yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. You're an intelligent sword, I can tell. You're getting this.
Entire time, just has his head in his hands, and is like wanting to shrink and die of embarrassment behind Whimsy.
I will have 2 basket of fries, so I can share with my boyfriend here. And then I will have, I suppose I'll have a... She gives a exceedingly sneaky look to Skaaymon. Do you have any pineapple smoothies?
She punches in pineapple smoothie.
Skaaymon has his head in his hands and doesn't even, like, just actually at that comment, actually, like, picks up and be like, wait, they have that here? I didn't know that. Oh, Skaaymon, not Skaaymon, pineapple's a good flavor.
Yes, we have pineapple.
It's a good choice.
They grow
Seemingly
quite
oblivious
frequently
to
here
whatever you were
in
trying to do.
Autumn Court.
Okay, Oh, and I want to try like one of those like authentic soda drink things. So I'll take that like big cup, large. That's the word for it.
Large or extra large?
Oh, as big as you can make it.
Extra large fountain drink
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she glances to you, Skaaymon. What would you like, sir?
Excuse you, I wasn't done.
Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. You
also...
hear a guy speak up from behind. Hurry up!
She makes a show of like really looking at the menu, trying to decide now. She knew what she wanted, but she is.
Skaaymon turns around to the people behind her, to people behind them, and just will just kind of whisper, "I'm so sorry. I should not have brought the fucking rich kid here, but I thought she would be better behaved."
You see,
My apologies.
you see a second, the second kind of counter get kind of like stuff pushed off it and the sign removed from it as one of the workers kind of pokes their head out. I can help. Who's next here?
I'm gonna kind of wave to them and then just be like, "Sorry."
They just kind of give you a look that's like, it's not really your fault. Meanwhile, Sally, the girl behind the counter, looks to Whimsy as she goes to continue her order.
And to top all of this off, I'll have 3 of the they're like the the apple pie things, but they're not pie shaped. They're like the long versions. The one you have right there. Those 3 of them.
She nods and punches 3 more, or 3 of those into the computer. Anything
Okay,
else?
and now I'm done. You can ask my boyfriend now what he wants.
Not your boyfriend. I'm alright. Don't need anything.
She nods and says, your total comes out to 2 gold and 3 silver. Which is fucking insane for a, like, Skaaymon, for you. Like, that is way more money than you've probably ever spent at a fast food restaurant. But considering how much Whimsy ordered, you're not surprised.
She just crosses her arms and looks at Skaaymon expectantly.
Like we're gonna have a talk about boundaries later. Alright, fine. And he will hand it over. How much was it?
It was, I believe I said 2 gold, 5 silver.
Okay. Yeah, he will hand it over. He'll actually hand over 3 gold.
Okay. As you do, she kind of looks at you, and as her hand touches yours, you hear her voice echo in your mind. Do I need to call the police?
Can I answer back in my
Yes.
mind? Okay. Skaaymon is just like, no, I'm watching her for her mother. I'm being paid. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you.
She just kind of gives a subtle nod, takes the gold, and goes to hand you 5 silver change.
Oh no, I handed her 3 gold, so I just kind of like waved my hand and just like, keep it.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Thank you. She
I'm so sorry.
she takes the 5 silver, turns and says, Jonathan, and kind of tosses the 5 silver to a half-elven man, kind of catches it, looks at her. Do you not? She's like, nah, it's fine.
Oh.
She,
Like, no fucking context with anything. Like, she sees that and, like, blatantly points, speaks, not even in a whisper to Skaaymon. Oh my goodness, look at how adorable that is. They're sharing.
you turn to Skaaymon to make that comment. You hear a voice from behind the counter. Who's sharing? You turn. Jonathan's standing there as if he'd been there the whole time.
Nothing at. Hold the fuck up. You. Oh my god. Can I out of character? What did the seemingly no longer there Sally look like again?
Blonde hair that faded to orange, pair of violet eyes, kind of darker skin. She looked maybe 20 years old. A couple of black bows in her hair.
Of course she did. That is out of character, by the way. Completely. But also, Helen, fuck you. As Skaaymon just kind of looks, kind of gives a questioning look, but then just shakes his head and is just like, nothing, don't worry about it. We go over here now, this is where they'll deliver your food. Over here. I'm just gonna start pushing Whimsy, just like, just go over here, please. For the love of the gods, go over here.
The 3 pies are placed there immediately for you, as well as you are handed the extra large fountain drink cup before you even walk away from the counter. The burgers and the fries are made shortly thereafter, as is the pineapple smoothie. It takes maybe 5 minutes, if that, for your food to get there.
Whimsy absolutely, like, she actually does whisper this over, to Skaaymon.
Wait. Like, I've heard about the work thing. Is that like their shift ends and they phase out of existence? Is that what it is? Is that what happened? Did they clock out?
They don't phase out of existence, they have lives. outside of working. But
What?
yes, they clock out of their shifts. Do your staff not have shifts?
I mean, they kind of just work whenever we need them to work. That's like the way, like, I mean, why wouldn't we
Not
just have them work
just
whenever we want them to?
because they need break and rest, otherwise they could die of exhaustion and overwork themselves.
Well, Felix told me that he gets a 15-minute break every 3 days. Mother is very generous. I would have
What?
shortened it down to like, I don't know.
Have you that poor man. Oh, I feel bad for fighting him so much now. Oh, that poor guy is working himself to death. Oh god.
Like it. They like never complain. That's like what they do. They're like they're made for that.
Yeah, okay, let me ask you this. If they complain, do you think your mother would keep them alive?
Yeah, she probably just kill them.
Exactly. It's probably why they don't complain, because they're fucking scared.
Like it or not, that's like, you know, kind of their lot in life. Not everyone can be me. Or you, since you're so lucky to have me.
I have the gods curse me. Oh, okay.
Okay, but anyways, alright, let us, go ahead. I need my beverages. I am positively parched by, basking in your hotness. Okay, let's go over here. She
Raises an eyebrow to that, but doesn't say anything.
takes the cup and begins to fill it with ice. Like, all the way to the top. Like, brimming with ice. Like, probably wasting a lot of it as it, like, continues to go, and she just, like, watches it for, like, maximum occupancy.
Skaaymon will probably at one point, like, take the cup from her and, like, shake it a bit, so that the ice kind of falls and, like, settles a bit more. So that it doesn't, she's not waiting for it to, like, slide enough that more can fit.
Skaaymon, you
Probably
just
do it a
wasted so
couple
much of
times.
it. Why'd you do that? Wasting stuff is, like, rude.
He just looks at you. Say anything. He just looks at you.
She starts to fill the cup with each of the flavors, doing that maneuver as she
God,
kind of gives him
that's gonna
another
be
baffled
gross.
look. There are probably like starving children who could have ate that ice or something. My gosh.
Oil's
She
just much of a hypocrite.
sits down. Fine. She'll clump over, find a table, sit down, and she is checking all 5 of her Big Macs. Does it look like they smiley faced it before it got put back on there? Like,
Roll investigation.
Colin, please.
13.
It's hard to tell. It definitely
Can I
doesn't look like
tell?
a smiley face now. Skaaymon, roll investigation.
I mean, it's not much. It's not very good, but like. Yeah, no, that's horrible. It's an 8.
But Whimsy, it's hard to tell. But also, who would dare defy you? You're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt for now.
Okay. She
Skaaymon
still
look. Sorry.
You're good. She still studies it for a bit. She as a note, she has had Slimy out this entire time. She plops him down on the table.
Is there like a tray? I'm gonna try and like make like Skaaymon will like move a tray very quickly underneath him so that when he gets set down, there's just a tray there, so he's not on the actual table.
Okay, fair enough. Honestly, slimy probably wouldn't be the most disgusting thing put on these tables, but sure.
That's fair, but at the same time, he's the one that's visible.
Fair enough.
Burgers have passed
You know,
the test.
okay, good.
Whimsy is now expectantly looking at Skaaymon with her mouth open.
Skaaymon will just like look at that and then with a really confused look will just also open his mouth for a few minutes before closing it and just being like,
Are you sure you didn't hit your head? That's the universal sign for feed me. How am I supposed to eat on my own?
You use your hands.
No, my hands are for petting Slimy.
And mine are for getting covered in blood of
Oh
people,
my
not
gosh,
people.
that's so hot! That's so hot! Oh my goodness!
Should not have
There
said
are fire
that.
alarms in here because I think they're going off right now. Oh my goodness!
I'll be right back. Eat your food. And Skaaymon gets up and walks to the bathroom.
Alright, Whimsy, you are left alone in the lobby of this McDonald's with 5 Big Macs, 2 baskets of fries, 3 apple pies, a large fountain drink, and an extra large fountain drink, and a large pineapple smoothie. What do you do?
She is hungry. Her stomach is growling. She is impatient. She wants to eat this food. She looks at it. Gulps. This is about experiencing new things, right? Lifts a... She goes to pick up the Big Mac, her hand shaking as she has never fed herself before. That is so beneath her. And just takes a bite of it. Chews. Her face is pained. Swallows. Puts the burger back down. There are almost tears in her eyes as she performs this maneuver of the common folk. Before looking over to Slimy.
Slimy, feed me.
Bad.
Slimy kind of wiggles in place a little bit.
She'll kind of like she just places like the burger like on his slime to kind of like share it with him a little bit. It's almost like a Lady and a Tramp thing, but he's holding it. So it's like she's being fed because he's holding it. And then she just reaches down and like eats this basically in midair. Like
meal. Well, that's how our story begins. A hunter chasing after his prey, a proverbial princess in a tower, and time. Oh, so much time. Oh, so much freedom. Tell me, between you and me, where is this going next? Because I know how it ends, but I don't know how we get from point A to point B. So, wherever we travel next, I assure you there will be much more of what you've encountered. Much more of these shenanigans, and even new people to meet along the roads. Skaaymon will suffer, probably. Whimsy will experience the time of her life. But Skaaymon will keep hunting. This idol is far too important to him. And maybe, just maybe, the two of them could resist giving in to despair. Thank you for coming to this first episode, this first look into this story that my friend told me oh so long ago, yet a few days in the future. This story that time herself wanted me to witness. And I have decided to share it with all of you. Welcome to the Planar Cosmos. And may our story continue next week. Goodbye for now. Whoever you may be.